I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go.
Welcome back again to Tuesday Night Talks, guys. Welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. I am Dave. Welcome to the channel. That is your home for tech, toys, and talk. And of course, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we're back again for a very special Tuesday Night Talk. But before we get into that, there's a little bit of housekeeping first off. Well, let's just catch up with everybody. Of course, I'm throwing some links into the chat right away. I want you, everyone, if you are watching this either live or on replay, please go ahead and check out my brother from another mother, one of my best friends, Dre The Collector Safe Space. He is your go-to source for anything, any kind of comic book or collectible content. Please go ahead and check him out. Subscribe, like, and comment, and follow him for some amazing content that he has coming out later this year. And of course, he and I are also collectively together the Outer Dimensions podcast, which will be returning later on this year. So don't worry, don't fret. Your movie fix will be coming back very soon. We got Colbane Games, of course, KBG. And congrats to Colbane Games. If you're not already following him, he has all the best live gaming content and Gunpla. He's got his Gunpla hanger. If you're a big fan of Gundams or any kind of build kits of any kind, please go ahead and subscribe to him. He just broke 1,500. So you know what that means. That means very soon he's going to be doing a stream where he's rocking this suit. You got to love that. He has a full-grown Teletubby costume that he's going to be doing an entire live stream in, guys. So please go ahead and check him out for that amazing content. But before we go any further, oh, by the way, Jen, we know you're in the chat. Everybody, I want you to stand up and do a very, very happy birthday to Jen, aka Nemuriel, aka Mrs. Colbane Games, aka the one that is trying to keep him out of trouble. So please give Jen a happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday in the chat if you're not already doing that. We got Under the Shade Tree saying happy birthday to Jen. Everyone's saying, we got Cap in the chat. Everyone's saying happy birthday. And of course, Jen is a mod on my channel as well. So she's dropping all the Facebook links for CHIISAICon, which we're going to be talking about in just a few minutes. But before that, you guys know I'm a Ghostbuster. Not only that, I'm part of an amazing group based in Buffalo known as the Buffalo Ghostbusters. Every year, well, for the past 4 years, we've been doing this annual fundraiser for the Hook and Ladder 8 Firehouse in New York City. This year was the 40th anniversary, and we were raising money for Tunnel for the Towers. Okay. This year, I don't know how it came together, and I am tremendously proud to be a part of the Buffalo Ghostbusters. We raised over $43,000 for the Tunnel to the Towers this year. It was the 40th anniversary. It's just an amazing event. If you've ever gone to the firehouse, you know, if you're a Ghostbusters fan, you know it's an amazing thing. But this year we had easily over 1,000 people there. Fans of all walks of life, all ages. We had dogs, we had kids, we had couples, we had entire families, we had people from all over the world come. It's always an amazing hangout. Usually it's the Saturday revolving around June 8th. So please start booking for next year, guys. Set that date aside. It's always a great time. And just I'm proud of all my brothers and sisters in the Buffalo Ghostbusters. Everyone came together. It was an amazing event. And thank you to everyone who participated. People who walked up off the street, people who were buying patches and coins like this right here. These were amongst many of the things that we were selling this year. The commemorative coins, the Ghostbuster 40th anniversary patches, t-shirts from TeePublic, all that went to the Tunnel for Towers. We had grab bag autographs, and Buffalo Ghostbusters, we don't stop. We also do Toys for Tots and many other charities throughout the year. So please consider following the Buffalo Ghostbusters either by going to the Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook or just go to buffaloghostbusters.com and check us out. And we also have buffaloghostbusters.org for all your up-to-date information about anything Ghostbuster related and all the events and everything that we're doing year round. So let's catch up. There we go. We got Cap in the chat. Captain Spaulding. Cap, I hope you're doing better. He says, I'm at work. Had a sad moment real quick, but they come and go. Cap, Ruben, any of us are here. If you all you have to do is message us. If you're ever feeling, and no matter what you're feeling, if you ever just need someone to talk to, that's what we're here for. Jen's there. Aaron's saying, of course, Cap, we love you, brother. Those that don't know, Captain Spaulding, him and his family went through a bit of a emotional spot recently, and it's when things happen to your family, it's not a light switch. It's something you can't flip off. It takes time, but that's what we're all here for. Jen, what are you talking about? Pumpkin spice? But it's the dead of summer. Please, no. We the next person who posts the words pumpkin spice, I will boot you from the stream. I swear it. I really do. This is a pumpkin spice free zone. Yes, I'm all for Halloween decorations right now. Please, I'm all for them year round. But no, there will be no talking of the pumpkin spice. Not allowed. We got EC Collecting in the chat. We got Creativity from the Future. I love that name. I love it. And of course, we got Figuratively Speaking. Welcome to the stream, guys. Captain started, blame him. No. Cap's got a pass. He's got a pass. But Jen, you're encouraging it. I will take your wrench away, Jen. Don't make me do that. I will. But guys, what we're here to do, you guys know what I do Tuesday Night Talks. We do it to help other content creators, whether you have a Twitch, a Kick, YouTube, maybe you just solely do streams on Facebook. Maybe you have an Etsy store and you want to get your word out. And your point. The reason why I've converted Tuesday Night Talks is to help other people get their content out. Like this young lady we have here. We have a young lady who is putting on her own con, and she's an amazing graphic artist. Just ask Colbane. She's done several of his little thumbnails, his mascots. We have the one, the only Magical NEKO Notes.
It is I, Tracy Chan.
What do I feel like the house is about to drop on me?
I do have one more thing I want to do before I get started rambling on. Yes,
Jen, pay attention, Jen.
So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jen. Happy birthday to you.
And her first album will be dropped. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, well,
Hey.
I did get with a producer because I do have a bachelor's degree in music production.
Okay.
And so I might be dropping one. Hint, hint, wink, nudge, nudge. But
hey, well, the other guy on this stream used to be a DJ years ago, but so just saying. Hey.
Wink. But not.
Y'all make me cry now, Jen says. You're making her cry. Either that or she just looked at Aaron's bill for his Gundams this month. One or the other. Can we add Grammy recording artists to the list of accolades? Hey, who knows?
Please. But enough about me. Let's
Aaron,
CHIISAI.
Aaron, come on. No, it's platinum.
Y'all
Platinum Grammy award winning recording artist. There you go. That's how you say it.
I don't know. I don't know about platinum, but yeah.
DJ
Well,
Salad? Yeah, I don't think so, Aaron.
he said DJ Salad.
Has he ever even stood next to a salad?
Oh,
Hey, I can say
nah.
that. I can say that. Okay.
But enough about me. I would like to thank you so much for letting me come on and talk about CHIISAICon, which this is the third year I'm putting this on. And the first year that I'm putting this convention on, mini anime convention for the community by myself. The first 2 years I was a young adult librarian, and a lot of the teenagers that were coming there while I was working expressed their interest in anime. I also helped teach them how to draw chibis at one point and get them more acclimated into it. Those who didn't know about anime was interested into it. So I begged my director to let me put on something. He did at first he thought comics and anime was the same, which I mean there's it's the word it, anime is the cartoon, comics is the book, ours is called manga, blah blah blah. But I told him the differences, and he said he gave me a trial run, which is my first year, and it became a great hit with the community. At first, it was going to be a young adult program where I was going to. We have many talented kids and teenagers in my community, but they're also so shy. So I wanted to give them the platform to sell their wares and get their name out there. But they were just so shy that they didn't want to be the vendors. So I ended up grabbing all of my friends,
Yeah.
all of my art friends, Judas, if you know some of them, A-Pen. We have Shade Tree Arts is in there.
Yes.
She came. And then of course Aaron was my policeman. I had Alan was my police. All of my friends, even in this chat, came and helped me out and put this on, and we keep going. And I'm no longer with the library, but the teenagers still want me to put it on. I get stopped in Walmart and it was like, Miss Shonda, because that's what they call me. Is Miss Shonda? Can you? Are we? So we're not going to have a CHIISAICon this year no more. I was like, you know what? For you babies and for this community, I will put it on. So all of this is fully funded out of my pocket. And what and I just want
Well,
to give
it has
something.
to start somewhere, right? I
Yes.
mean, it's when you are doing it with others, but then you find yourself in a situation where it's just you.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, there's there's pressures. Let's be honest. There are straight up pressures that are going to go down.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen cons that fill up entire convention centers that have switched hands. In the Western New York region, a couple of years ago, there was a different group of people who were running our con here,
Okay.
and now it's being run through a different organization, and now they're talking about expanding it to twice a year, and that's actually happening. So I mean,
Well.
some I mean, it starts with just the smallest, simplest idea, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you heard me talking about, the group I'm a part of, Buffalo Ghostbusters, started in 2011. It was just a couple guys. Now I think we're up to, geez, I think we're up to 14 or 15 members now. And now we're part, I mean, we organize an annual event at the Hook and Ladder Firehouse in New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us could have saw that coming. And every single one of us were just proud to be there, to be a part of it. There's a lot of pride, but then seeing the smiles on everyone's faces, which I'm
Oh
sure that's
yeah.
what you're getting. Like you
Yes.
said, all the young ones, but also, like you said, a lot of them are, they're nervous. They don't have that confidence because it's kind of like, one of my favorite movies of all time, Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
George McFly, Marty meets his dad, and he's like, I just don't know if I could take that kind of rejection, and that's the thing. People, people have that nervousness. They don't think that they're good enough. They don't think like, hey, well, what makes me special? Well,
Right.
it's what you're creating that makes you special, and sometimes they just need that spotlight, and that's what you're doing, obviously.
Oh yeah,
You know,
because every year, especially last year, was my proudest moment. One of my babies stepped up finally, and I made them the spotlight of it. Because the first year was how do you become a convention a con artist, because that's what it's called, how to be a con artist.
Well,
And
I don't know if I would word it as con artist, but you know,
I did. I
event
named it
artist
con artist.
or feature visual vendor. There you go.
Oh, you want to bougie it up. But no,
Hey,
I mean,
a garbage man is a sanitation engineer. Okay, get it straight.
I like that one. I like that. But yeah, last year was my proudest moment where I had one of my teenagers finally come up and talk about how she makes her own cosplay. That made me happy.
Awesome.
This year, I opened it to everybody. The last 2 years were open to everybody, but it was more focused on teenagers. But this year is really is about everybody. Like, if like our cosplay contest is not just the teenagers getting prize this year, you guys, is adults, teenagers, and little babies. And we also have our cosplay bowling, which is July the 19th, which I hope a bunch of people come out
See,
dressed out. So
I'm
yeah.
jealous that I'm not anywhere near you guys because I think that would be pretty fun. But you guys, you're doing it all day long, 11 a.m. till midnight.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, wow. I mean, is let me ask you: is this alley? Is it like a large bowling house, or is it small? Or I mean, like how many lanes would you say it is?
It's about I believe it's 12. It's
Okay.
right in the background. It's about 12 lanes.
Okay.
And then the outer lanes are for the children. He just really was he really
Oh,
wanted.
come on, Aaron's gonna use the bumpers. Come on. I can see Aaron using the bumpers. Let's be honest.
We're gonna be doing that for them, just to help bring, because we're in a little small community, and we don't have much, so I'm trying to help all the businesses out. And he was nice enough to do all day Saturday, though I won't be there for the 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. because that's the day of the con. But
yes.
As soon as I get finished, I'll mosey on over there and see how it's going. So
Jen says bumpers and the roller ramp. There you go.
And with that, with CHIISAICon, we also have our badge, and our badge this year is very special, because it also unlocks nice things with the local businesses. I was able to partner up with a couple of them, to give them.
Go ahead and put those badges back up. Let's feature them.
Okay, so this is this year's on.
Okay.
This was last year's. Of course, very Sailor Moonish. That's my baby. It's Sailor Moon. And this is our first year. So this year, for $3, you get this one. You get the this year's on, and then for $5, you get all three.
And I want to welcome Katrina to the stream. Thank you for coming out.
And when you have the current year badge, you're unlocking especially if you don't really want to cosplay, but you want the deal of going to bowling all day for $10 an hour.
Yeah.
You buy the badge for $3, and you can have that. You don't have to dress up. And then we also have a free painting class coming up with one of the other young ladies that George. And right now we're supposed to be getting sushi to go to do something, but they haven't gotten back to me. So
she says she's missing the 2022 badge. So how can she get that?
How now, Miss Katrina? She's one of my vendors. So how did you lose that? Because all of my vendors, I treat them very, very nice. If you've been, and all of y'all who have been a vendor, y'all should know. I feed you, I hydrate you, and I give you free things. So how did you miss in that, Miss Katrina? I'll give you one. But it's been, I'm super excited about it. We have the bowling, and then also I'm going to help out our community art teachers donation to, it's kind of hard for our art teachers in Walterboro, Carlton County. I didn't even know that their budget was only $250, and they service the whole county, all the kids in our area. And I don't know how they survive off of only $250. So that's when they reached out to me and asked if I can also do something to help drive up donations for art supplies for our art teachers. So if you want an extra ticket, because I do doorway prizes every 30 minutes throughout the whole con, and if you ever want an extra chance to get your name called on getting some of my prizes, please donate our art supply. we'll have a box on the side, and you could dump whatever, and you get one. Maybe I might be generous depending on how
Now is
many
that our third
customers.
graphic right there? Is that what you're referring to? Or is that a
Yes,
different fundraiser?
it's
Okay,
that one right
there we
there.
are, guys.
Yes, please donate to the Art Teacher Supply Drive. It's really important, especially if you have children in school. They already focus on teacher drives, but they don't focus enough on our extracurriculum teachers, especially our art teachers.
Oh,
So
you don't have to tell me, because up here in New York State, teachers, they I would not want to be a teacher, because when coming up as a kid, teachers were buying their own supplies for the class. We had a art teacher, Mrs. Ross. She was buying paints for the classes out of her own
yeah,
pocket. And a good friend of the channel, who's actually hanging out in the chat, EC Collecting, Colin, he actually ran an initiative last year to raise money for school lunches across the country. Me, Dre, and a host of other people, including, I believe, Colbane, we rallied a bunch of content creators together, and we raised money for school lunches, because I mean that's something. But yeah, like, I mean, you can't, if you don't have paper, you don't have paint, how can you make art?
right.
I mean, it's, I mean, when I was in high school, we had teachers, shop teachers, who were buying lumber, or they were finding lumber that could be repurposed. It's the thing. Schools
Yeah.
just don't have the supplies that you would like them to have. It's something that's legit,
Yeah, yeah. So I really would love. I'm also gotta see if my vendors can help donate some art supplies, because we're all artists, and what we don't use. I know I have a tub full of stuff that I'm a pack rat. If I feel like I can make it, I'll go buy it and try to make it. And then if I can't do it, now it's sitting in my house, and my husband gets mad. So
He
so
doesn't get mad. He gets passionate, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's happy now because I'm actually diving back into all the little crafts, because now I have time, because the job that I have now gives me a lot more freedom. I work from home, so
Okay.
I can do a lot more. That's why I'm also happy that I could put this on, because all day long I'm making buttons. This is this year's button.
Nice.
I'm cutting out stickers.
Now, are these buttons, stickers? Are you selling these, or is this something you're
Yes,
giving out?
these are going to be selling. These are going to be sold at the day of the con. Even some of my own designs. This is me. Boba tea. I have some more, but I haven't finished cutting them out just yet.
So,
It's our mascot is Lunith. Her name is
right.
Lunith, and she's sitting on top of Kraken right there, because this year we partnered up with Ahab's, which is our local art art place that we have. That we got two little art studios, I call them. One is the state one, where I feel like is this, you got the boring art, and I call it boring art. You paint the trees and people, and you got and wood and stuff. And then you have Ace Basin, where they actually feature a lot more. Than they got fantasy, they got anime, they got clay art, they got all of that. And they also were nice enough, as soon as they found out that I was that I was free from the library, hey, just do it here. I was like, no, yes, I will do it here. It's already a home for all of us quirky artists in there, so it was very nice.
Let's catch up on the chat again. And Aaron saying he agrees with Katrina. And Katrina, I love the name, Katrina Bonebreak. That just sounds like an action, like some kind of a fantasy novel heroine right there. So I donated a large box about a week ago. Awesome. Since I go to Ahab's a lot.
Yes.
Blue Sasquatch, way more than sharks. Although I did pick up a few because this chat will have a lot of collectors in there, so they're talking about their little pickups.
Okay.
Absolutely, Katrina, especially in our country. Again, talking about lunches should be free. I completely agree. Awesome Nims. Sorry, Jen says awesome Sasquatch. We got the Maven of Madness in the chat. those look so good. I'm excited for CHIISAI because she's local. If you're you might know her as Bree.
I might. I'm very bad with names.
Yeah.
I am.
We need a Colbane.
You need a chibi Dave. You want me to draw you, Dave? I'll draw you. I'll draw you as a chibi Dave.
Take a look at the logo right there.
I see your logo. Oh, okay.
That is the logo of me and Dre
Dave.
from the Outer Dimensions podcast. So we did have some chibis made of us, where he's kind of the predator warrior, taking on the predator. He's got the predator claw, and I have a makeshift looking Ghostbuster proton pack on, and we're coming out of the vortex. So that is already a thing, Aaron. So
I still draw you anyway.
Yeah. Hey. Free art. I'll take art.
Yeah. I'll throw it at you anyway. Just as a very dear to my heart to be able to come on here and run my mouth.
Aaron says yes.
Things.
Ahab's is his jam, even though I don't like. Okay. Yes, we know where that's from. Stole it from my husband. Hey, well, no, you didn't steal it. You just liberated it permanently. Everyone's saying hello to everyone else. Tracy Bree used to work with me because Bree used to work with him, and if you've popped up on his Fortnite streams.
No, I don't like Fortnite, but I do come in there just to give him the light and see if he dies or not, and then I leave.
See, he doesn't rage like he did on Elder Rings.
Yes,
he raged on that one.
Yes, he did.
Bree saying hello to everybody. Wrathful Angel, of course. Everyone's catching up. So let's remind everyone now, if anyone is in South Carolina, if you are planning to be in the South Carolina region, please go ahead. The address is right there, 255 East Washington Street, Walterboro, South Carolina, 29488. I'm saying the zip code so you can go ahead and type it into your WAS, your Siri, whatever kind of GPS you might be using. There you go. Please go ahead and check it out. There's prizes. There's boba tea. There's cosplay contest and more. Plus, of course, Colbane Games is going to be there. The one, the only. I still say he needs to wear this costume.
And that would be hilarious.
Come on, Aaron. Come on.
Bowl in that. At least bowl in it, Aaron.
Oh, I mean, can you imagine how bad he's going to be roasting in that in his house, let alone at a con? Jeez.
Then at least come for 2 hours in it and switch out to something else.
Lord have mercy. Right, Aaron?
Come on, Aaron.
But let's talk about some other things. You are not just the runner of a con.
Yeah.
You are an artist, of course.
Yes, I'm an artist. That's the CHIISAICon page, but I do all the art. Everything that you see on CHIISAICon's page that has CHIISAICon logos besides the vendors, of course, that is me. I do all the art. I throw it in Canva and do the rest of the
cosplay
stuff.
Going on right there.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice. But
the Instagram is kind of lacking.
There's more. We have her link page, and that's also in the video description below. All of her links for Facebook, Instagram, everything is right there. You want to donate, shops, and commission her. She has an Etsy shop, a wish list, her journey into spiritualism and Hebrewism. So thank you. Let It Be. We have anime style art. Of course, her TikTok. You be TikToking?
Yeah, that's my main. That's where people actually talk to me.
You be ticking and talking, and of course, you twitching.
Yes, I'm twitching. Twitching and everything.
So there you guys go. All of her links are right there, and I please encourage you to go ahead and check it out. Spend plenty of time checking out her Etsy store. Help support her because, like she said, she's doing this con all on her own.
Yeah,
just she, herself, and her.
And I've gotten a little guidance on how to make it more affordable and stuff, but it's for me, it's not really. If I got the money, I'm gonna do it. It's not a big
Mm-hmm.
thing for me because I really want something in our community because we don't have much. I don't know. I'm running that in the hole because we don't. We do not have much here in Walterboro. We don't have much to really look forward to besides Rice Festival, and Rice Festival is not that hot, at least not to me. So I
Well,
would love to be doing this.
I hate to brag, but Buffalo, we're kind of known for chicken wings, and we have the National Chicken Wing Festival usually towards the end of August, early September. So if anyone's looking for some good food, I mean,
Oh boy.
some of those sauces you have to sign a waiver for.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So me and
So,
my husband love hot wings, and we go around the area finding the best hot wings. So I'm gonna have to tell him we might be coming up there then. Maybe we'll go get our tongues
just to give you an
torn off.
idea, we have a AAA baseball team. It used to be held at that ballpark. Now they moved it to where the Buffalo Bills play, an NFL stadium. Okay, so that gives you the idea of the kind of scope. Everyone, it's literally if whether you like your basic wings or you want that, you got to sign a waiver. You might lose a kidney in the process. Yeah. So that is a thing.
Oh
Because
yeah.
and also, well, first off, since we're talking chicken wings, a very dangerous question right now: ranch or blue cheese?
Ooh. I'll go all day ranch, but there's sometimes
Oh,
depending
ah,
listen, so you ain't let me say
ah,
depending on what flavor now, I do go with blue cheese. But ranch all day.
ooh.
Yeah.
See, it's blue cheese country up here.
It's blue cheese.
It's blue cheese for your wings, and another thing you might not have heard is dipping or pouring it on your pizza.
Oh yeah, I like ranch all over my pizza.
No, we're talking blue cheese.
Ah,
It's all about the blue cheese.
ah,
See,
ah, ah.
you probably haven't had really good chicken wings where you are down there. So
So I guess you're
I
gonna
know
have
that's a hot take because it's the South.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that, Dave. I don't know. I'll come up there and see. I have family in New York. I'm coming up there. I'm gonna come to that Buffalo wing fest that you got going on.
I
We'll
mean,
see
there's a reason
what you're talking
why the
about.
mascot of the Buffalo Ghostbusters has a chicken wing in his
Put a little
hand. I'm
chicken
just
wing on
saying.
there. I drew my
Just
friend one
saying.
time. I drew my friend one time riding a chicken wing because we were eating hot wings. Now you got me wanting
Now,
some hot wings.
drums or flats?
Flats.
Okay. Okay.
Flats.
See, usually there's a preference, but I know a lot of people up here usually will do like half and half, or you get like
Yeah.
plain and then you get your barbecue. Um, we have a place up here called Duff's.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the top 5 places to get wings in Buffalo. Okay,
Okay.
spicy garlic parmesan
Ooh.
chicken
All right.
wings.
Now you got me there. I love that. You you got me there. I love me some spicy garlic parmesan wings. Oh
Okay,
yes. Yes. We're
so
friends
yeah,
again now.
there you go.
We're friends again. Because at first I thought I had to draw you as a chibi with me stomping on you for a second with a chicken wing, but and doused in ranch sauce. But I don't. I'll draw you as a nice person now.
Uh, she says there may be a Nemurial sighting too.
Yeah. Hey.
Are you? I think is she's talking about the con, or is she talking about coming up to? Because her and Aaron been talking about like coming up to do Niagara Falls and whatnot.
Okay.
Because literally, like where I live in an area called Grand Island. It's right between a city of Buffalo and Niagara Falls. Like literally, I can go on a 15-minute bike ride. I'm at the falls.
Really? Wow.
So
I didn't know that.
we're right on the border with Canada.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Literally, Aaron will tell you, I did a fundraiser for cancer up here. One of the bike routes was going from city of Buffalo over our Peace Bridge into Canada, riding through Canada, and then going back over the bridge by the falls, and then riding
Wow.
back to. So I mean, like literally, We go over the
bad.
border like we're going grocery shopping.
Okay. That is not bad. I didn't know that. Well,
Yep.
I know that it was close, but I didn't know it was like a
Yeah,
15
and which
minute.
is nice because if you're a toy collector, you can go right over the border and they still have Toys R Us.
What? Oh, okay. Y'all, you about to make me abandon my
Flex.
area to come up there. Because I collect too, but I don't collect.
Well, we
I'm
do have.
anime.
I'm discovering more local places up here that have Gundams. So I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
I'm slowly getting back into gun. I have about 34 that I haven't. I was trying to pawn them off to Aaron, but I never got the chance to give them to him because I got a PlayStation that I got to build. I got a PlayStation 1 I got to build, a PlayStation 2 I got to build, several Noble Gundams because I want to mod them into Sailor Moon figures. And I have, and then I'm full. My favorite Gundam is G Gundam.
Okay.
Because that's what I think that's my breakout one. I can't. No, Gundam 81 was my breakout Gundam into the studio, and then I found, and then
Yeah,
when we
it was
got
Gundam
Toonami,
Wing for me. That's what got
yeah,
me into it. I mean, I watched the original Gundam, but when I was a kid, it was pretty much Robotech.
yeah. I was about to my next one. I really do like Robotech, but then they changed. Then they changed their name to Macross.
Yes.
Yes, because Macross Frontier was my next one, and then I went backwards. I
Yeah,
love
but
Macross.
Transformers ripped off the the jet. They tried to market that as Skyfire.
Yeah.
The toys way back when. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like in City of Buffalo, we get a lot of festivals. Like we get what we call the Italian Fest.
Mm-hmm.
There's also there's one festival that they host downtown that is it's the Taste of Buffalo. It's where all the restaurants and their catering services just set up tents and there's nothing but food.
The food. Oh yeah.
Nothing but food for blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks, which is not good.
Yeah. I would love to come up there to do. I know y'all do so much up there. I've been up there a couple of times.
He says he should get you a Teletubby costume too.
I would do it. I would do it. You know I will. And I'll be up in there strutting. I do have a video where I danced around as a turkey for Thanksgiving, so I do not mind. Just enough.
See, I kind of have a hatred towards turkeys.
I would
No,
dance.
don't worry. They taste really good, but we get a lot of random wild turkeys on the island here.
Really?
Well, Grand Island, we get deer, rabbits on our bike paths, and you will get the occasional wild turkeys. You even have a few foxes that'll pop up every now and again.
Okay.
It's weird, but also it's like one of those things you can drive 10 minutes from one end of the island to the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's a small spot. I would not stay here if there was a zombie apocalypse.
No,
Not happening.
Of course not. No, don't do that. That's the big KO for you.
Now the Facebook you have for CHIISAICon, is this your personal Facebook or is this a Facebook directly for the con itself?
Directly for the con itself, yes.
Okay. Because I noticed you have the address, of course. Mm-hmm. There is an official email for CHIISAICon, obviously. Mm-hmm. We have the Instagram link right there. And also, people can pay via Cash App.
Yep. I opened up all of that this year. Once I separated from the library, they asked me, they wanted me to shut down the page because it was linked to the library. I was like, no.
Okay. I could see, it's just like buddy of mine was asking me, can he transfer a YouTube account from one email to another? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I just simply said I will remove everything that has something to do with the library. I would like to continue to do this for the community outside the library because this is my baby. It was my baby inside the library, and it's going to continue to be so. And as long as I'm able to, because I'm a one person show. Mm-hmm. I've been putting this on. Yes, I had help from friends, but coordinating it down to coordinating and getting everything straight. Even now, I do it all by myself. All of it. From the marketing, post, all that posting. I do talk in third person on there. Like I don't, like I'm
Are
somebody
you
else
The
is
Rock?
posting. Me?
Are you The Rock?
No, no.
The Tracy says.
I'm just a magical girl.
Now, somebody in the chat said that that's, they like you because like I like you because for sure it's ranch. And by the way,
Ah!
the person who said that no longer has a wrench, by the way. I'm
Ah!
not playing games.
I'm not
I am
playing
not
these
playing
games.
games.
He's not playing these games, y'all.
Nope.
Don't do
I
that.
like all things blue, cheese, Sasquatch, my house. Yeah, what Corvette? Come on. Corvette, yeah. Maybe a Hot Wheels Matchbox. Let's just catch up here. We ride at dawn.
Let's go.
I'd love to come up to the Alls. I think she meant falls. Yeah,
We
there
all
we go.
go together. Yeah, she did. She corrected herself. Yeah, we all should go up there together, all of us.
Now, if you now, what you may not know is there's Canadian side, there's American side, so you kind of have to do both, right?
Yeah.
But have you ever heard of the Maid of the Mist?
No, I have not.
Okay, Maid of the Mist is basically this large boat that you get on, and they pilot it along and under the falls. So they give you like these little ponchos to put on. You're gonna get, everyone gets soaked, like because you get
Oh, I know what
the
you're
mist
talking
from the
about now.
falls. Yeah.
I
So
just
they
didn't know
actually
that's the name of it.
there's two of them.
Okay.
There's more than two, but there's an American version of that ride, and then there's a Canadian version of that ride.
Okay.
American side will do blue chosen the Canadian one actually does red ones. But I mean, there's just so much to do, especially if you Canadian side, you have we have a Hard Rock Cafe, we have what's called Clifton Hill, which is kind of like imagine going to like an amusement park but for adults. Like there's a Madame Tussauds over there. There's just tons of stuff. And in August, they actually have Fan Expo Toronto, which it actually takes up like 2 or 3 buildings.
Okay.
It's massive.
Wow.
You're constantly on your feet, and you want to talk about waiting in line for like 2 or 3 hours for an autograph.
Oh.
It's that many people, but the cosplay,
I'm sure it's on point.
It's killer.
Yeah.
I know this is a hot take, but I've gone to New York City Comic Con. I've been to Fan Expo Toronto. Toronto knows how to do cosplay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh.
That's all I'm saying. It's a little bit of a hot take, but it is what it is, and that's what it is.
Okay. Okay.
Can you do that with a passport? Here's the best thing. I don't know if they do this in every state, but in New York State, we have the option of doing an enhanced ID or an enhanced license. If you have an enhanced ID or enhanced license, you can just go over the border. No passports. You don't have to have your birth certificate in addition to your driver's license. You just have your enhanced ID. They look at it, they verify you, they let you go on your way.
Now, is that like the new ideas that they wanted us to get? That you're talking about, or is there?
We've had those for years.
Oh,
because I mean, for us, New York State, they had to do something because we're right there on the border. I think most states are on the border with Canada or maybe Mexico. Maybe they've offered those, but they also have like a lot of them have like a holographic embedding into it. Mine, there's a window on it with my face is in the window, so you can see right through it. So it's another way for them to detect if something's fake or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have all the different codes and everything on there. So, but yeah, it's nice. You can just have your ID. I mean, when I did the ride for Roswell, the bike ride from Canada, we did go through checkpoints on both borders.
Okay.
They make sure that you get your ID, you're legit, and bam. So yeah.
Bim bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yep. Da ba dee. What the?
It's
Ben,
because
what are
I'm
you
blue
on?
and I'm a demon, I'm a die.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, Jen. That's why I love her. I'm gonna have to steal her from Aaron. I don't know.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me just switch over tabs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can go one way with passport, but going the other way, you need one. All I know is our enhanced ID allows us to do both ways, both directions. But let's catch up. We got Dre the Collector Safe Space in the chat. Yo, yo. And by the way, a nice friendly reminder, guys, if you go in the chat, go up to the start, and we have the little pin message at the top of the chat. That is to Dre's channel. I want everyone who is not following Dre to go ahead and check out his channel. He's one of my best friends, but he's also, I call him the Sentai Sensei. Anything to do with Sentai, anime, comics, collecting, he is all over the board. Dre is one of the best guys around. So, guys, please go ahead, like, follow, and subscribe, and hit him up. He's got amazing content every week. And, of course, he also appears in so many different streams each week. He games on the regular with Aaron, whether it's X Defiant, what is it, Baldur's Gate, or as I call it, Baldy's Gate.
Baldy's Gate. Baldy's Gate. That's
and well, he's Dolphin Smooth by choice, so
yeah.
He's of course pops up on the Fortnite streams with Aaron, and he has his own chats on his stream, so, or on his channel, Dre the Collector Safe Space, because we have a group that we do where it's literally it is a safe space. There's no hate of any kind. None of that is tolerated.
Oh, bless.
So that's why he's Dre the Collector Safe Space. We do periodic mental health streams.
Ooh.
Because that's actually how me and Dre met. Was I was invited onto a mental health stream with a few other content creators. Me and Dre, we agreed on so many levels. We just became best friends, and we're practically brothers.
Well, I need to go link up with you, Dre, because I'm all about safe space as well.
And actually, Dre is a former teacher. He's a former educator.
Nice.
And his wife is still an educator. So, yeah. So you guys would have a lot in common right there.
Yes, I could bring in my, because I practice the spiritualism and herbalism. And I do every once in a while I'll get on my stream and I don't say anything, especially when it's raining. And I'll get one of my bells and I'll start hitting it and I'll do a sound. I'm trying to do like a whole music what is it called? I had music therapy. I'm trying to do my own type of music therapy at one point. So yeah, I'm come on and hit my little bells sometimes and let the
Jen says, I remember we went to this like path behind the falls and inside the rock, and we stayed at a hotel that looked at the falls, and they were lit up multicolor. Yeah, they do the multicolor. I know what you're talking about. I've never done those caverns. There's some caverns under one of the falls that you can actually explore. I think there was some issues with that, and I think it might have been closed for a while. Those that don't know, the Nager Falls, Western New York region is actually on a fault line. We don't have the quakes like, California, but we have the Niagara Valley Gorge, which kind of leads essentially towards the Niagara Falls region. And that's actually, there is a faint fault line. Like, we don't even measure a 1. Like, we're below a 1, but we have had some issues. We get tornadoes here too. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
We get this thing called snow that y'all down south might not be too familiar with.
We get snow. It's called rain.
Hey,
super rain, ice. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you guys get a couple inches of snow, you start freaking out. Us, that's like,
freeze the little telephone lines. That's what we're scared of. Then one time we had an ice storm. Oof.
See, that's the thing. You get what's called kind of the black ice, where it's that thin sheet of ice that it looks like the ground is wet, but it's not. It's ice, really.
Yeah.
You get those on the lines, and it can cause all kinds of trouble. Here you go. Bree with all the questions. She likes to do the questions on my Tuesday night streams. For a first timer to CHIISAICon, what are some of the things to expect?
The biggest thing to expect is the atmosphere. I have not had a a Debbie Downer atmosphere. I have music going the whole time. Everybody's laughing, having a good old time. So you're gonna have a good old time. First of all, second of all, there's prizes firing off every 30 minutes. I already procured about 15, and then I'm probably going to give out
Okay.
probably 10 more.
I'm gonna follow that up on her behalf.
Okay.
She's got a little one.
Mm-hmm.
Are there events or are there games or prizes or
Yes.
interactions for like let's say for kids maybe 6 and under?
Yes. They also get to participate in the cosplay contest. I have free balloons for for the babies, and
Okay.
they're kawaii face balloons. And last year
Now,
I
did
had
you say babies?
babies,
Babies?
babies,
Babies?
just children in
Because I'm
general
no
to
no
me
no
are
no no
babies.
no no no. Are we saying babies or babies kids? I'm asking for a friend.
No,
I'm
not
asking
babies,
for a
kids,
friend.
just babies,
Test tube, baby. What?
just babies.
Okay.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
this year they get
Dre
the
grew up around Santeria.
okay.
Jen's like, yeah, I can't remember if it was US or Canada side, but it was cool. The hotel and stuff, I think she was talking about,
Oh,
the
okay.
caverns. Jen Jamie saw the eighth wonder of the world, the backside of the water. Yeah, because there's a series of falls. It's not just one fall, it's not just Niagara Falls. It's like a succession of different falls. There's a horseshoe falls, there's different falls to actually see. And
Mm-hmm.
to see it up close is pretty amazing. Um, Well, like me, I consider myself pretty fortunate because that it's literally my freaking backyard. I can ride up to the falls and check it out
Yeah,
all the time. But if you ever go, be prepared to be bombarded by people.
yeah, I bet they're probably
Even
all maybe all.
during COVID, there
Oh,
was a crap ton of people up at the falls. They're all masked, but there's still tons of people.
mm.
So, I mean, that is a real thing. South Carolina is on a fault line too. Yeah, whose fault? Aaron's fault? Or no, I'm sorry. I haven't seen snow in hey Katrina. That's a 4-letter word up here. Snow, rain, hail. Those are all 4-letter words. Because up here in Buffalo years ago, you could get 8 feet of snow in 8 hours.
Oh God.
Okay. There was a thing a couple years ago. There was this story called Ice Car. This guy was. We have an area called Hamburg, New York,
Mm-hmm.
right by Lake Erie. So what he does is this guy parks. He's at like a bar restaurant, has a bunch of drinks. He does a smart thing. He says, "You know what? I'm going to take a cab home. I'm not going to drive." The dumb thing was him parking right at the edge of the parking lot, which is right because the place is right at the water.
Right.
Waves are crashing up. He comes back the next day. His car is encased in ice.
Oh my God.
Imagine your car, complete shell of ice. It's not something that you can just like lightly take a screwdriver to.
No.
It took them a couple days to get his car out.
Oh my God.
Like literally, they basically were able to use a chemical to get like one side of the ice off the car, and you could slide the entire car, and the ice shell was still intact.
Oh.
Yeah, look, suffice to say, I don't think his insurance would cover that because everything was frozen inside.
Oh.
The various fluids, because you know when you
Everything.
freeze, everything expands.
Yeah.
Gasoline isn't necessarily going to freeze unless it's sitting for a long period of time and it's mostly water. But yeah, let's just say he did not have a good day.
I bet. Oh my God. Your
And yeah,
whole
oh,
car facing it.
Jen says the last time was 2018. She thinks 2018, 2017. Well, y'all need to come up here. Come on, make it happen.
New
We
York.
will get wings. We will. Now, see, here's the thing. I know, like most people talk about pizza, right? You talk about, oh, who's the best pizza? Pizza Hut, Papa John's. Now, that's not even a discussion up here
Mm-mm.
because we got our own pizzerias all over. There's
All
if
over on
depending on how you
corners.
want your pizza,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what you like, that's going to determine where you're going to go. We got a spot up here called Say Cheese. Okay. It is a bar, restaurant, and comic book shop.
Nice.
Because when you sit down at the tables and the booths, You got these big, massive collector style statues of Marvel, DC, everything all over the place. You right in front of the building is this big, massive Spider-Man crawling off the roof. Inside, you're doing your pickups. There's a big, massive, life-size Hulk statue.
Wow.
Okay, this place is fully decked out. So if you're a collector, you like
That's the place to
comics,
be.
this is one of the spots. And guess where it is? It's right on Grand Island.
Nice,
They
nice.
do beef on weck, which is basically roast beef on a Kennewick roll. I don't know if you ever heard of that before. Beef on weck.
I haven't tried any of it, but I have family up in there.
Kennewick is usually like a salted bun, like a salted roll.
Mm.
Okay, that's a big thing up here. I mean, well, Western New York, Buffalo area, we got food delicacies from all over, but that's usually like an old school roast Polish thing right there.
Okay.
Or of course, we also got the Irish, so you got to get your corned beef and cabbage. We got all the different. I mean, we got Vietnamese, we got every kind of food you can think of. There's a spot up here for it.
Yeah. Our family, mainly when we go up there, they're always about the Jamaican beef patties. Of course, the deli on the corners. Each deli, especially.
We got those spots.
Dumb delis on the corners, boy. If you 10 or 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, you want something to chew on, boy, they have you.
First time I went to New York City. This is years and years and years ago. I was dating this one girl, and she lived in Brooklyn, right? I had the best deli sandwich ever.
Yep.
And it was just this corner spot.
Yep.
And it was just the best. Like it was like bologna, ham, couple cheeses, but it tastes so good.
It does. Yep.
It's like the bodega shops. That's what it is. It's the small shops, and that's the vibe up here in Buffalo. We get these pizzeria spots, and it's just like everyone's got their own flavor.
Yeah.
We got
around the Red Hook area.
Yeah, we got a place called Bocce's, which is pretty well known. Lenova's is a pretty well known one. These are like spots there. They get like national attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's the thing. But like, if you want, like, we don't have that many really good Mexican spots though. Like for Mexican food, we have like one or two in Niagara Falls, maybe 2 or 3 really good ones in the city of Buffalo, which is not saying much. I mean, you go in New York, you got about 150 different spots for no matter what type of food you're looking for.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever.
We got Mega Demon Collects in the chat. I want to thank everyone for David's Life, who was actually one of my first guests. I think he was guest number 2. And yeah, thanks, Dave. Gave me a reason to get a passport. Because, little known story, David's Life, he's about less than 25, maybe 30 minutes from me. He's actually in Western New York. Because I met him through another person. And he got me an additional guest, but we can kind of stumbled across each other. Turns out he's in this area. You just never know who you're gonna run. He said, "Forgot the Toys R Us in Canada still." Yep. Does it cost anything to get in?
No, it's fully free. The only thing you have to pay for is whatever
is your soul. What?
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, if you want.
I mean, depending on cosplay, you might. Yeah. Honestly, the last time I had Papa John's was, we're probably talking 2000s, like maybe 2007. That's the last time I had a Papa John's pizza. I literally have not, because once upon a time, the nearest one we had was like Rochester, New York, which is like 2 hours away. Now they're here in this area, and I haven't done it because it's kind of the thing. You'd rather get a real pizzeria pizza, but in a pinch, a lot of people still do Pizza Hut. Like on Fridays, sometimes Pizza Hut do specials on their app, and that's what I'll do. Is like, if we're just too lazy to really make anything, we'll just do that.
Yeah, I mean, we have one in Walterboro that's called Castillo's Pizzeria. That's kind of close to. If you want to have a taste, could be a New York pizza, they cut it. They
Yeah.
did this close. This close.
David, we already touched on that. Don't forget the Chicken Wing Fest and Ranch for wings.
Yes.
Come on, David. No,
I love you, David. Yes.
David, you're gonna lose your wrench. You keep that up. There aren't. Well, see, here's the thing. I think it was 2 years ago. Our National Chicken Wing Festival was actually sponsored by Hill Valley, of all places. Now, mind you, Buffalo is like 90% blue cheese. So for a ranch company to sponsor it was kind of like a big, like, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there is a, yeah, there are turkeys in Tonawanda too. We're catching up on the chat. We're a little bit behind. I went to Atlantic City Showboat Casino. They had an arcade in there. I had a coworker, a friend's birthday. He turned 40. Oh, awesome.
Nice. Did they have
Blue Sasquatch? Yep, Toys R Us, because Blue's in Canada. Blue, he is literally Blue Sasquatch. That's his whole thing, and he loves to pop up in streams and say, "Is this live?" And when you see Aaron talking about Papa Squatch's Pizza, that's a running gag with Blue Sasquatch and us.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We have a Papa John's, but I haven't tried it. See, I'm not a big fan of like fast food pizzas. You know, I like the concept of it, the idea. But I mean, let's face it, Little Caesars, not the greatest. The Crazy Bread used to be the bomb back in the day. You know, get like the $5 pizzas, the hot and readies.
Now they're not so hot and ready anymore.
You know, it's like going to McDonald's. It just it doesn't taste good. Remember, as a kid, you go to, at least for us up here, it'd be like, oh, we're going to Mickey D's. You go to McDonald's, you're excited. The crispy fries. The burgers, you know, everything was just like, and now you're like growing up, like, wait a minute, the burger's only like this small. What the? Yeah. What happened?
I saw a hat talking about make Big Mac big again.
I mean, it is what it is, you know, and that's what it is. Have you ever had a McPizza? Since going back in the 90s, McDonald's did a run of pizza, but they were actually doing it mostly in Canada.
Oh, okay.
I remember in high school, we went to go see Phantom of the Opera at Pantages Theater. It was the full on Andrew Lloyd Webber. I mean, it ran for like 20 years in Toronto. It was like a staple. We went to this place called the Eaton Center. EATON is like the fancy Canadian version of a mall without the fun. So, and they had a McDonald's there, and they did the McPizza. I'm like, that I just thought that was hilarious.
Now
there you go. David actually does vlogs. Like, he'll go to different live events and he'll do different video logs, just exploring all over. So he has a link to the Maid of the Mist right here. So if you want to check that out, guys, you can pop back into the stream at a later day and time and go ahead and check it out. I did it for the first time about 4 or 5 years ago. And I lived here all my life. So, you know, sometimes you live somewhere, you still haven't done every single thing that's been around.
Yeah, especially if it's right in your backyard.
Jen says it's not worth it, Squatch. Too salty, too garlic, too powdery, too bready.
Oh.
What was that? Oh, about Papa.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, Jen says Tracy Castillo's all day. Maybe I'll have to come down there and check out Castillo's. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you know, you got the New Yorker, huh? I'll give my little critique on pizza down there.
Okay, yes. Go ahead.
Like, what's with all this sugar in the sauce? It's too sweet.
Please. Don't get started when they do that sugar stuff. Oh my God.
Years ago, I worked at a skating rink. I really was a DJ at a roller rink. And we used to, you know, we would make our own pizzas. We had like the frozen crust, but we would doctor up the sauce that we had. Like, they had a recipe where we'd have to put like extra oregano, extra, you know, they would mix like a little bit of Parmesan, but then we were putting like a ton, they had us putting a ton of sugar in it. But, you know, it all depends on how you make it. Like, I would only put half the sugar that they were telling us, because you don't want it too sweet. This ain't Kool-Aid. Come on. This is pizza sauce. Come on now. Bree
Yes.
wants to know: are there any local vendors that might be there? Any local shops,
Everybody,
businesses?
it is. We have some locals that's going to be there. We have Katrina, who she has her own. She's
Yes.
going to be in there. Her friend, who her name is Lady Cat Lady Arts. I believe that's what who's going to be. Shade Tree is going to be there. Cobain is going to be there. They're all local, and of course, the ones that we partners are local as well, which is on that whole Main Street strip.
Hmm.
We have with the badge, they give you $5 off their burger. That's Bear Cafe that partnered up. The stained glass late teacher is going to give off $10% off of her thing. So they're all going to be there. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you: any chalk artists?
Chalk? No, it's no chalk artist, but I will
No,
have chalk out there for the little ones to draw on it.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing some chalk hate. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh
No,
no,
no, no,
no.
no, no.
Ooh.
We up here we're known for having a lot of different chalk festivals, a lot of chalk events.
Oh, nice.
Um,
I didn't know
Good
that.
family friend is an artist who she usually is hitting up every single chalk event in the Western New York area. We have them all over the spots. I mean, there's some amazing art that people, three-dimensional art that's just beyond anything. So that's why I asked, oh, do you have chalk artists up there? So maybe it's
I
not a
wish
thing down
we
there
don't
because
have any
humidity. I
chalk
don't know.
artists here. And
Maybe it's
not
too
that I
humid
know
to
of.
to sit down on the ground and do
Yeah.
chalk art.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have some out there for the little ones to be somewhat preoccupied, but I still have to run it by Ahabs to see if it's okay because it's the sidewalk is the city. But I mean, I could just throw
Yeah.
water on it. I'll be happy to scrub it off afterwards if I need to,
Well,
just to have fun, you know.
well, see, we have like I said, we have a lot of different areas to do chalk events, but there's one that's pretty special here in Buffalo. We have this place called Riverworks
Mm.
because Buffalo is known for having grain silos for years. We still have existing grain silos. They're not functional, but this property was bought several years back and redeveloped, kind of repurposed. So Riverworks is like they hold um like small festivals or like an 80s disco kind of events. The concerts and stuff are held there, but they outside of it they have Ferris wheels, zip lines, between the grain silos and everything. But inside the grain silos, they have chalk events,
Hmm.
both inside and outside the grain silo. You can draw on the ground, or inside you can actually draw on the inside with
Oh,
chalk
no.
art. But the winter, this is something that they do with the winter now every year. They seal it. They actually put a seal over, like a clear coat seal to keep that art there
Oh, nice. That's nice to know.
permanently. There's actually, because I'm a Ghostbuster fan, of course I know this. They have a Vigo the Carpathian from Ghostbusters 2 from
Okay.
one of the first years, and he's permanent up there. But they have like all these different grain, like all these, like it's like one big massive complex that the grain silos are sitting on top of,
Okay.
and they do it every year. They do art, different kinds of, and I heard you talk about stained glass.
Yeah.
Um, if you and your family come up here, there is an area outside of Western New York called
Okay.
New York, Corning. Uh, they have the Corning Museum of Glass, where you can actually make. They have people who do stained glass, but they also have glass blowers, and
Ooh.
you can blow your own glass vases and little pieces and all different art right there. We also have, if you have kids, the Strong Museum of Play is up
Okay.
here. Fisher Price has their own little spot, and there's even a Lego land up here.
Oh, my children would
So,
love. They've been bothering me about going to Legoland, so yeah, that will appease them.
yep. So there's a lot to do. I mean, it's further outside the city of Buffalo. It's like 2 or 3 hours away, but how many times do you plan to go into New York? You might as well just explore. There's tons to do. Um, if you're into flowers, there's a botanical event that they do every year. That's going to be, I think, at the end of this month. So I mean, like July and August, there's always tons to do around Buffalo, New York, or Western New York, as we call it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, yes, for those wondering, West New York. Okay, there's New York people who live in New York City, and then there's the rest of the state. It's like two breeds of people. That's why I'm not talking like this. You know what I'm saying, kid? See here, let's catch up. Will they have food for people to buy while they're there? So are you going
Yes.
to have food vendors there?
Well,
Or is
it's
it like
not.
the peanut butter and jelly squad?
No, it's not. It won't be food vendors, but we're on the main street of Walterboro. So, and Ahab's itself has their own little kitchen in there, so they have their own little snacks and stuff that you can buy. They also have boba there as well. And there's this Castillo Pizzeria down the road, right across the street, and then for a little bit down the road, you got Bears Cafe, and then also the bowling alley is right behind
Yeah.
Ahab. So
Now,
you can
to
take
answer
a
Jen's
walk over there.
question, I want to say that that's too much of a coincidence. They're probably a loose connection, but I don't think Corningware is made there. They probably have like a family type connection. Let's see here. Katrina says, yeah, Ahab's has really good drinks and snacks, and the whole Main Street strip has food places. Awesome. 3 falls in total. So yep. Like I said, David's Life, he has a gaming channel, but he also has this channel, which is David's Life, and that's where he does all his vlogs. He does we have a ton of car shows all the time. In fact, this weekend, I told David about up in Angola, New York. There is a main, what they call a Main Streets car car event, or you'll see like classic cars, not just classic cars, but like old style roadsters and all kinds of stuff. And coincidentally, if anyone in Western New York is watching this right now, the Buffalo Ghostbusters will also be on hand, keeping it ghost free and having a tons of fun with the rest of you guys. So
have all the fun you have and peace of mind. Now you're
Yep.
fine. You're fine, Katrina. Yeah,
Bree
that was
says
one.
yes, food.
Yeah, because there was one big. The last 2 years, I wasn't able to do food vendors and stuff. The library wouldn't allow it
Well,
because they didn't want them to eat inside there. So
well,
the most I could do for
I
them
get that
was
on a lot of different. Well, I can understand that on a lot of different levels. Because
yeah.
one, cleaning up, right? Two, you have to worry about if people have food allergies. You have to take into account a lot of different, like, oh, you know, well, pricing. Can people afford that? You have to think of, okay, what about capacity? Because you can
Yeah.
have capacity for people, but then for a lot of places that serve food have different capacities in some instances. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Are you going to have the facilities to have the food there and have the food be healthy? Serve safe, cross contamination, stuff like that. So, a lot of that stuff, there's a lot of very finite things. Also, having permits. Each food vendor has to have proper permits.
Yeah.
And then you have of course, county and state taxes to take into account with pricing. So there's a lot of moving parts, because I know some events will charge a vendor to have access to that. So then that also can cause that vendor to shoot up their prices. So I get that there's a lot of different concerns right there.
Yeah, the library's main concern was just like you said, the capacity. We want them to have fun, come in there, do what they need to do, and go.
See, David said, I remember Ice Car. Awesome story. Yeah, see, I didn't make it up. It's a real thing. Really, Aaron?
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where he at? Where he at? Where
You
he
don't
at?
want me playing that. I actually have that on my computer.
Where did he go? Where did he go?
Knowing my luck, I'd get hit with a copyright if I did that. Franco's Pizza.
Yeah,
That's a good one. I never had Wurlitzer pizza. I'll have to take a look at that. Because we have this. Have you ever heard of a Wurlitzer? It's a old style organ. Because go back to the 20s and 30s and 40s, organ music was very big. Back in my roller rink days, we used to have a live organ music for more of the elderly roller skaters. Way back when it was they would play a lot of old Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, kind of the old classic standards music. So there's still a functional Wurlitzer in a building in North Tonawanda. Actually, it's right next to a Walmart of all places, but they usually have some pretty cool car shows. So I'll have to take a look at Wurlitzer Pizza. I didn't know there was a place as such. So we'll have to try that. Are we having Reaper's Dungeon making an appearance this year again?
Yes, she's gonna actually have her son come and do. They were very fun last year. At first, I was scared. At first, it was a little. They might be a little bit too scary for the audience, but the next day, I got so many people asking about, "Oh, what was that clown? That clown was cool." And so, yeah, they're coming back. And my art. Are you talking about my art or just CHIISAICon merch or just both in general?
Will you have any artwork for sale? I think they're directing the question at you.
Oh, this year I can have my own art because I'm. This is mine. It's not because when you're with the library, you can't really promote.
It's her
yourself.
house.
Yeah. Now I can.
Whose house?
Have mine.
Tracy's house.
Mine. So yeah, I can show you a new design that I'm coming up with. I haven't finished coloring it, but this is how far I gotten so far. This is going to be one of the prints that you can buy. This is our.
As long as it's not a creepy Annabelle doll, I'm good.
But that's one of the ones, and I have stickers, buttons, everything.
What would you love to? Well. Okay, Aaron's got a good question. What would you love to include for future CHIISAICons?
Oh, I have big plans that I was supposed to do this year, but I really wanted to do something with Ahab, so I had to downgrade it. So next time I'm gonna do it, I would love to have a gaming area, but not the gaming that you think. I don't want to do too much tournaments, but mainly like Dance Revolution and maybe a little bit of gaming things. I also want to bring more vendors. This year, I had like 40 people wanted to vend this year, but I couldn't do it because of space.
Now, let me ask you this. Several of the cons I've been to up here, one thing that's been kind of increasingly popular is retro gaming societies, like retro gaming groups. Like they'll bring in their old their Nintendos, their Ataris, their Segas, their classic gaming systems, or you get aficionados that actually bring in arcade games.
Okay, yeah.
Like old arcade units, the cabinets that are still functional. Do you guys have anything like that down there that might be something to explore?
We did have a place that I was working with at one point. They did strictly Japanese arcades, which mean cabinets, which they had to be from Japan, which fit the bill of CHIISAICon because it's basically a love letter to Japanese culture and anime and manga. So I wanted to bring them down, but they actually closed their doors, unfortunately. But they did give me contact, so maybe I'll have some actual
for the future
Japanese stuff. Yeah, for the future. I've already talked to them. They still said that they will work with me, even though the other young man is not able to participate. So maybe next year.
Okay, now a few people in the chat, you might want to take a look at your name because you have wrenches next to them. I did that for a few people: Wrathful, Shade Tree, Katrina. I want you guys to share any channels you might have of your own, any links you want to share. Drop it in the chat, so you have the power to do that right now.
And as for my art, I also have my dog. I don't know if you can really see him. Yep, my little dog is going. His Magical Inu. I'm going to have a small mini comic about him after CHIISAICon. I'll be working on. So yeah, all my art will be there as well.
What kind of comic book is it? Gonna be like a Ronin? He's on the search for his master.
No, he's a magical dog. It's called Magical Inu Mamo or Mamo. Because I call him like Mamo. Yeah, yeah. Aaron got it, Mamo. So it's gonna be called Mamo. He does some weird stuff. He's a little Chihuahua, and he just does.
Well, aren't all Chihuahuas weird?
Yeah. He just does he's just a cat. To me, I don't even think I have a dog.
See, my cats are dogs.
Oh, so I think they're swapping.
See, my cat River, she's murder cat. She will bite you. She doesn't lick or do anything sweet. She bites you. She cuts you up. Like I have scars on my fingers because of her. Yeah,
she has his little moments where we just be chilling, and then all of a sudden he attacks me. I have it on my TikTok where I'm just chilling and he just starts biting me and growling. I'm like, okay, what is up with you? So yeah, everything
Monty
that
flies through the air like a squirrel. Like, no, from like one end of the room
oh
to the
my
other.
God.
At like, now I'm sitting down. He will get this high.
Oh my
Like, he
goodness.
gets that high. But he's a skin and bone cat that he's just got that extra skin. Like, it's like
The
wings. He
little
just
slime
flies across.
squirrel thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's 14 years old and he does that.
Mm.
So it's a thing.
Kitties.
Jen says Reaper's Dungeon, another classic venue for October. So are they more horror themes? I take
Yeah,
it.
they're more horror themes.
Okay.
And hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Since y'all are on this stream, one of the prizes is free tickets to their Reaper's Dungeon. So you might want to.
If you can have, Jen's asking if you could have celebrities at your con, who would you ask to come if money and scheduling was not an object?
So there's a couple of I would love to have
Cole Bang Games.
Huh? Yeah.
Because I hear he's pretty expensive.
Though. I already have him, but I do have a couple of people that.
But do you have Namuriel?
Well, would you like to talk, Jen? Do you want to come and talk to us about things? But I really do want to have some voice actors one day. They're very expensive. I do
like
have,
anyone in particular?
I mainly, what I was going to try to do is mainly first get what's popular for the community and then go backwards and do what I want to do. Because again, this is not me. I may have done this out of goodness of my heart because I wanted to, but it's also mainly focused around the community. So I really want to focus on what y'all really want. So, but I am going to try to get Sailor Moon's voice actor.
In Buffalo, we had Nickel City Con, and I was fortunate to meet the man himself.
Nice.
And he had his own Wolverine claws.
Nice.
It's cool when you get like I'm glad to see like X-Men, but he's done a lot of anime. I mean, a lot of those actors have done different things over the years. What would you say is your favorite anime?
In the chat tell you.
Sailor Moon?
Yeah. Sailor Moon all day. My whole body, like my whole back tattooed of Sailor Moon, magical girls.
Why couldn't it be Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Max? I mean, he was just like second banana. It was like Angel and Buffy. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Poor Tuxedo Max. Come on.
All he does is go in there and throw Excel Saga. That's funny. I have the chat up too a little bit on the side, but yeah, I would yeah, nobody cares about Tuxedo. He'll throw a flower and that's about it. Goes about he's just plot movement.
Squatch says One Punch Man.
One Punch. I did
never seen
Christmas
it.
Special on my gaming channel. It's funny. It is funny.
See, for me, like growing up, anime was like Robotech, the original Dragon Ball.
High five for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Fist of the North Star.
Okay. Yep.
Akira.
Akira. Mm-hmm.
I mean, given that I'm in my 40s, I grew up watching the old school stuff.
Right.
So that was like my thing. I remember when Sailor Moon first came out. And then like Gundam Wing was just kind of like, it was, I mean, for lack of a better word, off the chain. Was
Gundam Wing the one where they're open his eyes, realize reflection? Was that one? Is it that one or is it the other one?
Gundam Wing was there was like five different pilots, and they all had like their own different Gundams. You had Hero who was like, I'm gonna kill you. To the girl.
I'm thinking about a different one. Yeah. I think I'm thinking about a different one. Okay, because there's one that confused the devil out of me. I can't remember which one Gundam it was. It was it Gundam Wing? I can't remember. It started off one way and then it turned around and did something else, and then it felt like they had a different version of it. They do a lot of that.
Here you go.
What's that? White Reflection. Yeah, yay! Yeah. Yeah, White Reflection. I was okay. Yeah, it is the
Yeah.
opening. Okay, yeah, because I remember that. I was all about the openings and endings and stuff.
What
I
was
like
your
my oldest.
favorite What was your favorite Gundam anime?
Oh, mine's is G Gundam. Rain Master. Have you seen this man? Yes, that's my thing.
I mean, for me,
My name
I'm
is
always gonna
Arnold.
love Gundam Wing, but Iron Blooded Orphans.
I haven't heard that one.
Aaron, get your girl here.
Put me on it. Put me on it, Aaron. How dare
Iron. You never watched Iron Blooded Orphans?
Mm-mm. Haven't watched that
Oh,
one.
I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's these kids, like orphan kids, who are basically infused with these piloting systems, just for like weird kind of like mercenary type stuff, and the grown adult soldiers kind of run away, and they kind of get the advantage,
Oh,
and
okay.
they kind of go into like business for themselves. It's kind of like a almost like a mafia, like kids rising up kind of deal.
Okay.
And
It sounds like Starship and Franks
they
a
got
little
this
bit.
one Gundam called Barbados,
Okay.
and the kid who's piloting it is just like he seems like he might be a little bit on the spectrum almost. If this was the regular world, like he's doesn't have the best social skills,
Uh,
but once he's in the system, the Alei Valanas, the system that they have, it
mm-hmm.
allows him to pilot the Gundam like
Ain't nothing.
it was his actual body.
Oh, okay.
Just like super fierce. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Colby, we're not going to talk about Biscuit. Because no, in this show, people who you think are the heroes, they don't last long.
Oh.
It'll hit you in the feels.
Oh,
It'll
let
hit you
me
in the
write
feels.
this down
It's a
right
good one. Iron Blooded Orphans,
now.
or better known as IBO.
IBO. All right, I got you.
Yep.
I got
I
you.
mean, it's only like what, maybe 2 seasons, maybe, yeah, about 2.
I'll
But
binge
it's
it
really
next
good.
2 days. Yeah, I got you.
And the Gundam kits to me are fun.
Them-
Although Iron Blooded Orphans, yeah, Heavy Arms is probably my favorite suit
Okay, okay. Some of the older ones that
from
I
Gundam
watched,
Wing.
I think some of the older anime I was is Cutie Honey and I was more of the magical girl range, and then of course, yeah, Dragon Ball, and then it was Akira, and then there was there's this one funny one that I don't think I should have been watching as a child anyway, but it's this dude. He was going after all the women. He's a stupid dude. And he was going after these women. At first, the women didn't want nothing to do with him. But after he
Aaron's
leaves, they're
gonna
like,
know this. I know he's gonna know
you
this.
gotta know this one. Please, I don't know what it is. He always wears a cap and he's riding his bike or something. He's very hypersexual on these ladies.
Well, see, like
They fall in love with him.
a
I don't
lot.
know what the name of
I
it.
mean, other than the ones I mentioned before, like most of the stuff I was exposed to, like anime, was more because Adult Swim and
Yeah,
Toonami on the Cartoon Network, like Tenchi Muyo and
Tenchi
Fooly
Muyo.
Cooly.
Fooly Cooly, yep. Fooly Cooly.
I always
Fooly Cooly
wanted.
my jam.
Is it Girls Bravo? That's what
Yeah,
Aaron's
I've heard
asking.
that. Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
mean,
no, it's not Girls Bravo.
like I watched that Outlaw Star.
Oh,
Uh,
Outlet Star was my thing.
Big O was a favorite of mine. I want to get the
That,
kits. The kit
yeah,
is
Big O.
hard to find
I
because
bet
I
it
don't
is.
necessarily want to drop 150 for it.
No, yeah, I tried one. I wanted the Big O too. Big O, Big
I
O,
mean,
and
it
the
was
Ligers, the
it
Zoids.
Zoids. Actually, I heard Zoids is coming out with a tabletop game. And I also
Hmm.
heard the Gundam is coming out with a tabletop game where you build the Gundam and you're actually that's like your token piece for the game.
Oh, okay.
Some guys at GameStop were talking about this, but yeah, Big O. I mean,
Yeah,
Roger Smith,
Big O.
action,
Yeah. I was watching. I actually
and you gotta love
rewatched that.
how his car was just hiding in Big O's foot the entire time. Like,
Yeah.
And I mean, it was kind of, it kind of had, and I get hate for this. Um, it kind of has a Blade Runner kind of vibe to it because, like, you know, the whole thing about memories. Nobody's
Yeah.
has memories.
Yeah.
People's lives, they don't know what their lives were. But then, of course, you get Roger Smith, and he starts to have feelings for our Dorothy. And
Please.
she's just a robot. She's a synth. Come on, she's just a straight synth.
Yeah. But the
It's
thing is, if you had exposed yourself to Chobits, that didn't bother you.
yeah.
Yeah, because I read Chobits was my very first manga I read. So I
And
read that first and then I got introduced to Big O. So when he
and
finally started falling in love with Dorothy, I was like,
yeah, but you
okay.
kind of knew something was gonna happen.
Yeah,
Something wasn't right with her, but then he wasn't exactly right in his head. But
no, him
and I
something
mean,
else.
come on, he was anime Batman,
Yes, he was.
Yeah, all black suit.
What?
He was so logical. He had the souped up black car, right? He knew how to fight. He's got a freaking grappler in his watch. I mean, come on, and
Yeah,
come
he
on,
was
and
Batman.
and I mean, it was Alfred. Dude was Alfred, his butler,
Yeah, they
straight up
couldn't tell you
Alfred,
that he wasn't Alfred because they marked him so hard. You could, yeah, they did
and
this.
his bat suit was Big O. I mean,
It
come
was
on,
Big O.
come
Yep.
on.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
you got
saying.
me there.
I'm just saying. But yeah, that to this day I will rewatch. Season 2 was just poor because they were like, well, crap, they're throwing a ton of money at us. I guess we'll just throw something together.
Yeah, they have this channel on my Roku TV that's called Retro Hour or something like that, and it plays all the old stuff. Like I was watching some Sherlock Holmes animal pomorphic anime, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" And I'm sitting here watching them.
Is it like Sherlock
Oh,
Holmes for furries?
yeah, yeah, yes, it is. It's nothing but animals, and I'm like, okay, okay.
We got Nerd Affiliated in the house. A Nerd Affiliated, aka Hey Archer. Please check him out every Monday morning for Nerdy Coffee, and of course, hanging with Archer every Thursday night at 8:15 ish on the East Coast, guys. So please go ahead and check him out. He's been following that content with the HasLab, the HasLab, which I have absolutely no interest in. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but he's an amazing content creator. We have Tracy, aka Magical Nico Notes, who is actually running her own anime con down south where Aaron resides. And anyone who might just have tuned in, let me go ahead and throw that graphic back up so you guys can go ahead and check it out. Nope, not that one. This one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. CHIISAICon down in Walterboro, South Carolina, 255 East Washington Street. That is going to be July the 20th, 2024, from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. But the fun doesn't end there. They also have basically your cosplay bowling on Friday, July 19th. So that's the pregame party.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
your pre-party, okay?
That's my little kickoff.
To get your cosplay on from 6 p.m. until 12 midnight, and then Saturday from 11 a.m. until midnight. $10 include per hour, including shoes, when you show up dressed or show CHIISAICon badges. And yes, that is Colbane. It's Bane. Picked up the bowling ball. You
Oh,
really
one of my
adopted it.
Hey, Kaylee. Kaylee is one of my babies from in the teen program, and she's been
Yep.
with me ever
Archer
since.
says, "Hey Colbane," and he says, "I will I will be team replay hashtag replay squad." Yep. David's talking about some of his videos where he checks out the Wurlitzer. You can see one in Back to the Future too. Yep. In fact, I just re-binged those movies last night, 1, 2, and 3, because I'm a nerd.
My baby Kaylee is here. Hi, Kaylee. Kaylee's been with me. She's been helping me out even when I left the library. She's still in. She's one of my teenagers.
Is that her right there?
Yeah, that's my baby.
There you go.
Yeah, I have a couple of them that still keeps in contact with me, and I can't wait to see them on the She said, "Why did I do that?" She texted me to, "Why did I do that?" Because I love you.
Because she can and you can't. Haha. That's how it goes. It's good to be old. No, it's not.
Yes, I get to do what I want in
Do what you
moderation.
want. So, if let's say you were able to go 10 years into the future,
Mm-hmm.
where would you like to see CHIISAICon then? What would you like to see it evolve into? Would you like it to remain like a smaller con? Because obviously, if it stays a certain size, you can maintain that control. But then the larger it gets, the more you'll have to bring other people in,
Mm-hmm.
releasing some of that control. Are you a control freak? Are you someone that has to keep your hand on the reins of everything? Because I know people like that.
Yeah.
I have a good friend of mine who that's his thing is, he has control over everything. And if he doesn't have control, it's almost like he's gonna have a seizure if he doesn't have control. So I mean,
Well,
yeah.
so I actually tried to delegate this year because I was starting a
Okay.
new job and I actually had to have surgery. And so I didn't want anything and I did try to delegate, which it backfired on me a lot. So a lot of things that I wanted to do this year got cut because I'm only one person and because the people that I thought
What
can
about
handle
your
it.
personalities?
What? I wish I could bring them out and help me, but
See,
no.
she admitted she has multiple personalities, folks. Did you hear that?
There's Joe NEKO, there's Tracy Chan, there's regular old Shonda. Yeah, yes. But no, if I can get a better team, like if I could get a team that is all about the same passion, because right now I haven't found anybody that's just as passionate as me. And if I did find people that's just as passionate, they're busy. They don't have the time like I have the time for it. Because if I had to still be, if I was still working at the library and they told me no, you can't do this, and I was trying to do it on my own, I wouldn't have been able to because my life was the library. But now that I'm here, I understand people have things that. So I mean, is
So
I would love for it to be bigger, and then I would name it Mega CHIISAICon because CHIISAICon's
mega.
name is literally it's called MiniCon. Chisai in
Uh-huh.
Japanese means small mini.
Mhm.
So it's literally called MiniCon.
And my brother Dre would know that because he speaks Japanese.
Hey.
So,
Oh
Jen
yeah.
says, "Don't we all, Dave?" I am not answering that question. I know better. We all have different personalities in different contexts. Uh, cute dog. Okay. We got Bree dropping a. Are you dropping a heart, or are you dropping like a black heart, like you despise something I said? I'm just saying. It's dark heart. You forgot Squirrel Shonda.
Yeah, yes. I squirrel a lot.
Ooh, squirrel.
Yeah, I do squirrel.
Uh, yep. If I wasn't so busy, I'd be CHIISAI Ranger Mercury.
Mm-hmm. Aaron would be one of the ones that I
What,
would
what,
pull upon if he had not.
Aaron?
Mhm.
Would it be Ranger or would it be Sentai? I'm just saying. I'm asking for a friend.
You better
I'm
say
just
something.
saying because Sentai came before Rangers. Rangers was adopted afterwards.
Yep.
They merely adopted it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sentai were born into it. In fact, I'm a big Power Ranger fan myself, and during the Power Ranger drought, Dre has gotten me into watching Boom Boom Boominger. I always mess up the name. I can't pronounce it correctly. Boom Boom Boominger. It's like think almost like a Fast and the Furious Sentai kind of thing going on.
Mm.
Like he's got me into watching it because and on YouTube there's Sentai channels, so you can watch the
Yeah.
original. So I've been like watching because obviously I started with Mighty Morphin
Yeah.
because
Right.
I was in high school. My brothers were just little kids, and they were so it'd be all three of us watching it together. And so it's cool to see the differences. I'm one of those people. I'm a sci-fi nerd, so I like to see alternate universes, as it were. So it's kind of interesting to see how the storylines originally were and
Right.
where some of the similarities are, and where all the differences are.
Yeah,
And
because
I'll be
everybody's like,
honest, some of them are pretty damn good.
yeah,
The
because some of
Sensei's.
the crazy thing I found out about Rita, because everybody's like, oh, Rita. Y'all don't really know the real reason why Rita is the way she is. And I don't want to spoil it, because go look for yourself. Rita's not just like that by
I mean,
choice.
see, that's the thing. The greatest stories out there, your villains, they didn't start out villains. You know,
Hmm.
it's usually a bad day, a bad set of circumstances. Look at the original Wicked Witch.
Hmm.
I mean, her origin is she's not necessarily she wasn't born evil. You know, there's a lot of differences. I mean, if people haven't, if anyone out there hasn't read or seen Wicked,
That's the
give it a
closest
look.
one
It
get.
gives you a whole different. They flips the script on it.
Mm.
Um, and I'm talking about the original musical, of course. It's great to see the subtle differences. Like I was watching basically what would be Time Force, the Time Rangers one,
Hmm.
and that was super dark, and I'm loving it. I
Yeah.
love the darkness. I love to see. I mean, because let's be honest, Power Rangers was it was a cheesy adaptation.
Hmm.
The American filmed footage was always kind of cheesy, but then later years it started getting really good, and eventually they gave us the once and always where we get a little update, and the Power Rangers are older, they're our age, and they actually lose someone. They lose
Yeah.
one of their own. And it gets kind of dark, and there's hatred. There's this is what we want. It's like that's what you had in Sentai the entire time, going back to the 70s. And
Right.
that's the real mind twist of it all is come on, we missed out on all this stuff back in the
All the
70s.
good. Yeah. So if you got the chance to
I
go look
mean,
back, yeah.
it flips the script, and that I dig that in so many different ways.
That's how I feel about Magica Puella Madoka. Because fun story about this. My children, I only had two at the time, and they were younger. And I was diving into different magical girls because I'm all about the magical girl genre. And so I found about that one. Let my children watch it because I thought that was a good breakout thing from Sailor Moon. And the third episode, all of us were screaming. Ah! Ah! I had to throw the chip. Yeah, but I had to watch that the rest of it by myself. But it's Puella is Magical Madoka is a dark magical girl anime. And I was like, wow, it changes the game.
Well, I mean, like I still would like to get my hands on like an original version of Voltron because I know
Ooh,
they chopped that up and made it so like again, it was kind of like it was a precursor to what Saban would do with Sentai. Because I
okay.
know that the original the original Voltron was very dark. I mean, look at the imagery of the Robies. The intro itself
Hmm.
has a lot of darkness to it, and it just makes you like, geez, I wonder how dark the original content really was.
Right.
I mean, like when I grew up, even real Ghostbusters, some of that stuff was pretty creepy and pretty twisted.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like actually dealing with the boogeyman. These were ghosts that wanted to destroy human life. I mean, it was some pretty dark stuff, and this was stuff written by people who would go on to do sci-fi shows like Battlestar Galactica, and people who would go on to do Babylon 5 and work on Star Trek The Next Generation, all these big massive stuff, and they're writing cartoons in like 84 and 86.
Mm.
I mean, that's why I like content that can be a little bit darker.
Yeah, show us the dark side a little bit. A little bit. Just a pinky toe at least.
Now, other than the links we've shared already, is there anything else you want to point out about CHIISAICon? We've been going for almost 2 hours, and I know usually when you get asked questions, you're like, I can't think of it, and then you think about it afterwards. If anyone wants to get a hold of you, other than the social, is there a social media that is the best? Like, are they best to try and reach you through Instagram or Facebook or email? Because obviously you have the email here on
I check
Facebook.
I check all of that once a day, twice a day if I could get to it. Especially now, I'm probably checking it a
Okay.
lot more. To be honest, I'll probably be on there almost all day.
So low country chiisaicon at gmail.com is the best way to
Facebook
reach
is
you.
the best one because it pings me.
Okay.
For some reason, Instagram message doesn't really. That's why you don't see much interaction or posting on Instagram because I can't.
And
I can't.
you know what's really weird? They're the same organization.
I know. I don't understand it. Why is it so hard?
Well, Tracy, it's been a pleasure having you on. And
Yes.
now this is only a once a year event, right? Do you plan to do like any kind of art workshops or anything like that in the future?
I'm working with the locals that are interested in me continuing my dream of helping out the community and teaching the
Okay.
community things. So I'm not sure when exactly. I was gonna wait till after CHIISAICon and figure out
Well,
then.
I think we need to talk about one more thing.
Okay.
Your Etsy shop. So if anyone wants to commission her or wants to buy any of her art, any of her work, she's got her Etsy shop right here.
I mainly do if you show the Kofi. The Kofi one is more I just started the Etsy. The Etsy
Okay.
one is more for my origami jewelry because on Kofi it
Do you have that listed
doesn't get.
here?
Yes, it's the one, the very top one that says "Buy me boba, donate boba,
Okay.
and shop." Yeah, that has
There you
everything.
go.
And yes, I do not
Uh-oh.
pay for work. Yeah. So
And now, Rick James. Rick James. So obviously she has art and content that you can get here. Are you now, since you do graphic art, are you also affiliated, or have you considered doing Fiverr at all, or do you want to stay away from that? I don't know if they do additional fees to take away from the artists.
I'm everywhere to be honest. So if you Google my name,
Okay.
wherever I'm at, that's where I'm at. So I have a Fiverr.
See,
I tried pretty much any platform.
she's like
I just
Candyman. You just gotta say her name.
Yeah, all you have to do is type in magical Niconos. No, not everything that I've touched you could think of I probably signed up for because I've been trying to get my name out there. It's very hard. I get more traffic or more interaction and more work when I go to conventions myself. My online presence suck.
Yeah. See, like me, my online presence is I'm constantly looking at everything. Well, but like if I have a stream, if I have a video, I'm trying to drop links on Twitter. I refuse to call it the X because it just sounds
Yeah,
like a
I
very
refuse.
toxic relationship. I'm not going
Yep,
to call it
I
the
refuse.
X. No thanks.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
But
mm-mm.
I am in a few groups there, and I'll drop the link in a few sharing groups. I try and drop it in Discord. The problem is growth is very hard when it comes to content. Okay, I only do YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I because I have StreamYard and it now allows you to do multi-streaming. I'm streaming on Facebook at the same time. So I mean, but that's the thing. It's like during the pandemic, it allowed everybody and their grandmother to start a YouTube channel, which I think is great. Everyone should have the right to. But here's something negative. During the pandemic, everybody and their grandmother started a YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Everybody's a crafter. Everybody's an artist.
Ev-
Everybody's something.
We're content creators. Get
Yeah,
it
we're content.
straight. What?
I do have a YouTube channel, and I do want to get back into it. Because
Now, what was
yeah,
your channel mostly? Was it like instructional arts? Was it
it was art and
gaming? Was it Gundams?
it was this one particular Magical Nico Notes. I have two of them. One is specifically for gaming, and the one is art and music. I'll showcase some of the music that I
Okay.
made and some of my art. It was just not hitting that well. TikTok is probably, like I said, TikTok is probably the only time I get more interaction a little bit. But
See,
I'm
I can't
trying to move from TikTok to YouTube.
I can't crack that code. Everybody and their grandmother doing shorts and stuff on like YouTube, but also doing shorts on TikTok.
Mm.
I'm not a short form person. That's my problem. Like I could spend half hour, 45 minutes easy doing an unbox. Um, but that's my problem is most people don't want to sit there for a half hour, 45 minutes and watch a video.
Yeah, well,
You
I
know?
do.
So I've been trying to reel stuff in. But see, that's the thing. Everyone has to crack their own code because
Yeah.
part of that code is your personality.
Yeah. And what time you have to be consistent on what time
Drop
you
the
post,
time.
and you got to make sure the hashtags is correct. Yeah, I have already cracked my code for TikTok. That's why I'm on there.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm. You know, I might be white, but I'm not a cracker. I'm sorry. I can't crack that code. Okay, just can't.
Oh my goodness.
Just cannot. No, seriously. Like me when I started, it was like dark background. I was unboxing a computer monitor. That was my first video. I'm like, hey,
Mhm.
you know, other people do this. I'll just, I'll just unbox stuff and I'll put some videos up. I never thought I'd get to where I am now.
Yeah.
I'm still not
I know it's about
monetized.
consistency too,
I'm
and
not
I'm bad
monetized.
at it.
But
I know it's about consistency.
but it's also, you know what I hate? I hate when people tell you, "Oh, you need to find one focus and stick to that one focus."
Oh please, yeah, that's another reason why my following is
Yeah,
crap, because
that's why there certain social media creators out there. I completely boycott them, and sometimes I occasionally call them out on their crap. Uh, have you ever heard of Think Media?
No.
Don't stay away from them.
Okay, cool.
One, the guy he's such a guy who's head of that. I don't mean to be negative, but he kind of comes off as a bit of a poser. He's like this. Supposedly, he's this devout, religious, and family man,
Mm.
but yet he's now instead of selling you his course for you to take, now it's a subscription service that you have to sign up for. So he's continuously getting revenue from people who want to get monetized, who want to hit that 1,000 within the first 2 or 3 months. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like, bro. I mean, if that's if you want to do it as a business, if you want to do it, if you're going to start it as a business, my view is this: you're not going to have fun. Most of us got into this because, for me personally, I thought it would be fun. I looked at it as public television was, like the old public access years ago.
Yeah.
Wayne's World, right?
Yeah.
Where you can make your own. Everyone can have their own show. Everyone can do whatever they want, and I was enjoying it. I was getting into toy collecting because as a kid, I didn't have much as a kid. So this is like my second childhood. It's like I'm into gaming. I've done so many different things, but my problem is that's my problem. I'm into so many different things that the
Right.
algorithm looks at me and says, "We're not
I
touching
can't
him.
figure out where to put you at.
we're not touching you." And
Yeah.
but see, that's a real frustration that hits a lot of people. Is like, you like you said you want to get back into it, but also you're probably the kind of person who is going to sit there and like, well, let me think about how, like, what do I want to do getting back into it? Do I want to do what I was doing before, or do I want to do things differently? Do I want to play the algorithm, as it were? I
Yeah.
mean, those are real concerns. I know people who literally will step away from YouTube for 5 or 6 months or even longer because they just need a break because they wake up in the morning, they pull up, TubeBuddy, or they pull up YouTube Studio. Oh, numbers, and they slam their phone on the ground because they're
Yeah.
disgusted. They don't see growth, or like for me, something happened. There was a thing that happened last year. Those that know the channel know what happened. There was a few people uh, that did not like what me and several other people were doing. That we were consistent. There was a few channels that were feeling a little salty because there are some content creators where they couldn't hold on to a co-host for more than 3 or 4 months.
Mm.
And they felt certain kind of way towards me and a couple of my friends because we are consistently collaborating and doing fundraisers together and hosting streams and videos together on the regular, because it wasn't about numbers for us. It was about having a good time, enjoying making the content.
Yeah.
you know
That's where I'm at now with my things.
if
I
if
used to
if you're
want
having fun, if you're because I've told people before, like, and other people have said this to me, if it stops being fun, I have to stop.
Mhm.
If it's not fun anymore, then what's the sense in doing it? I enjoy doing the videos. I mean, I've learned a hell of a lot over the past, was it 4 or 5 years now? And I mean, I'm still not monetized, but that's because there was a smear campaign that happened with me and some other YouTubers where our subs dropped, our watch hours dropped. I was 100 watch hours away from monetization at one point,
Yeah.
and then I dropped down to 1,200 watch hours away. So it's been a slow road, kind of, and that's the thing. Numbers will wreck you.
Yeah.
And it's we all sit there like, what, I'm not gonna worry about numbers. Eventually those numbers are gonna creep back. They're gonna creep back into your mind. They're gonna start playing with you. But just keep going and having a good time. I mean, for me, I love doing live streams. I love talking with people, but I also have a life.
Hmm.
A lot that's the thing. Some of these YouTube experts like Think Media and a few others, they don't realize that, okay, some of us working 9 to 5s, 8 to 6. We're working maybe 2 jobs, so just to support our significant other and maybe some kids. You know,
Hmm.
we're doing that, and then we try and find time to make our content.
Yeah.
You know, in a perfect world, yeah, it'd be great if you could just quit your job and focus on YouTube and content creating 24/7. Yeah, that would be a perfect world. This ain't a perfect world. I mean, those of us, we have to, I mean, for me, it took me a long time to learn about lighting. Like, I got some cheap Amazon key lights behind my monitors here, and I got a cheap Walmart light in the corner there
Hmm.
because there ain't no light fixture in this room.
Oh no. They
This,
got.
it, I mean, it's an apartment. There's no light fixture in this room, so I bought a cheap little double light over there. I still have a second camera, is a C922 old Logitech camera.
Hmm.
It has auto zoom on it or autofocus. That's why I still have it around. It's just, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to do stuff. I mean, I have an Elgato
Right.
camera. Um, I just dropped I am in New York State where everyone pretty much is on Spectrum Internet. I just dropped it. I switched over to T-Mobile for home
Yeah.
internet. It's just trying to find, and I'm getting better speeds. Better speeds means better upload and better response if you're gaming and such.
Right.
But, but I mean, you are doing things, in my personal opinion, you're doing things amazing. Because one, to take a con and say, you know what, I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to let it just fall apart. I got the duct tape in my hands. I got the super glue. She's got the Gorilla 2-part epoxy.
Yeah.
She's holding it down. She's holding it down. And to take all that on yourself, and I mean, you're doing it for the right reasons. You're doing it for the kids. You're doing it for people who might not have anything to do.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. I can't imagine, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who love anime, who love I can't even say it right.
Manga, manga.
Manga, God,
And so
manga.
some say manga, some say manga, some say mango.
If I say manga, I'm going to think mangala. We don't want that. No, 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 no. No association with that. But I mean, you got to think like down south. You don't. Most people would think like, are there really anime fans out there? There's anime fans everywhere.
Hmm.
It all depends on what your definition of anime is. For me, it's always going to be Japanese anime. It's going to be some of the best storytelling around.
Hmm.
You know, because there's a lot of crazy graphic stuff.
Yeah. Oh. Hmm.
It's not all horseshoes and rainbows. It's some crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. But
Hmm.
that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So, and I love that you do this. I mean, I've heard of you for years
Oh yeah.
because of Aaron.
And Aaron.
Aaron would tell me like, oh, like his as what's the mascot, Snickle,
Bell Snickle.
Bell Snickle.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, she made this, she did this amazing art, and I remember he was kind of rocking a variation of it on Fall Guys.
Yeah. It was based off of his Fall Guy
Yeah,
character. That's how it started. Which I'm trying to get him now to let me update it. I said as soon as CHIISAICon is over, I'm going
it's
to be drawing.
Mega Bell Snickle.
Yeah. Get some more poses for him.
Maybe one of his Fortnite skins will be an inspiration. You never know.
Whatever he wants me to do, I got him.
See, like when it comes to certain games like Fortnite, they did a Ghostbuster skin, and I grabbed it when they did. So
Ah,
every time I'll play a different skin, but if you see a proton pack, you know it's me. I mean,
yeah,
that's a dead giveaway. If you see a Batman with a proton pack, it's me.
it's you.
Yeah, it's just a thing,
Now, if
But I
they
mean,
started bringing out Sailor Moon or something, and then I'll come. I'll come play. I'll come die for y'all because I
uh,
can't.
don't say that too loud because they have had everything from John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they've had WWE. They had some anime. They had the Hero Academia skins.
Mm-hmm.
They've done Airbender. Now we have it's like a Mad Max kind of death race thing going on in Fortnite. So you just never know who or what's going to appear in there. They've done was it oh god, what's the cartoon on Amazon Prime? Um how am I blanking on it? Um Stephen Yoon from
Steven
Walking Dead.
Universe?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said Steven Universe.
No, no, no. Stephen Yoon, he was on the Walking Dead show. He's
Mm-hmm.
voicing the main character. Blanking on the name right now. Jesus. This is class. Um God, I cannot think of the Invincible. That one. They've had Invincible skins. There's rumors of possibly doing the boys on there. They've done
Oh wow.
Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so to say Sailor Moon is a far fetched idea, I don't think so.
As soon as it does, let me know.
They've done Dragon Ball.
I know. That's why I'm waiting on. I'm like, oh
I
come on.
mean, but the only female character they've brought on there was Bulma. I'm like, what? You can give us an android? You can give us Chi Chi? I
Yeah, they
mean,
could have gave y'all Chi Chi and or at least Android 18 or launch. I would like to
I
see
mean,
launch again. Dang.
they could have gave us Videl.
Yeah, but that was in too. Yeah, yeah. They could have gave it, but I guess because Bulma and Goku were like the start of it all. I guess.
No, they did it for Vegeta. Woman. No, no.
Get out
But
here.
yeah, I mean, I mean, Fortnite. I don't know. It's crazy. The only reason I got into Fortnite, Aaron was streaming it. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. You know,
Mhm.
I tried playing it on PlayStation. I can't. When it comes to shooter games, I have to be on PC.
Oh yeah, I just suck at shooter games. I think the only game that I can play, which because Aaron is Overwatch. That's the only one that I can help. I can help
God, I
y'all.
haven't played that in a while. But like for me, see, my hand and eye coordination is not normal. You can't tell, but I'm only seeing through one of my eyes right now.
Okay.
Okay. It's lazy eye without the lazy. So my hand and eye coordination is a bit different. But of course, also when I started playing video games back in the 80s where it had to be mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
think my coordination and shooting skills were more acclimated to that. If there's a side scrolling or an adventure game, yeah, I'm great on controllers.
Mhm.
Racing, I'm great on a controller. But when it comes to shooting, it has to be keyboard. It has to be keyboard.
Maybe I
Which
might
is
be better at keyboard. I don't know. I might give it a try, but I do know I suck.
which is why this thing was built this past year.
Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of went crazy. I went from a 10-year-old computer to building that thing.
I want to build
So
a computer.
it's I want to say I want to tell people it's not that hard. You just have to know that there's websites that will let you know if parts are incompatible.
Mhm. And then there's some that don't even tell you.
Yeah, well, no, there's like PC part picker. You can type in a part and it'll tell you if there's a conflict for the most part.
Mhm.
And then there's websites, there's groups out there to. I mean, I built this thing. I actually went to there's a PC reviewer by name of Brayathorn. He has this live stream where he will, he'll people will say, "Hey, I have a budget of $1,500 and I want to do A, B, and C." He will give you a recommendation of a pre-built computer, or people in the community will actually like he has a Discord. You can actually go in there and say, "Hey, I'm looking to build a computer. I don't want to buy one. I want to build one, and this is my budget. And this is what I want to do." And usually, there's going to be a few people that will give you a couple different options.
Mhm.
Like a link to a part picker list that they put together. And I made a few changes on this one, but that's what I did. It's a 4060 in there, so it's a real powerful graphics card.
Nice.
To give you an idea, I went from a 960 to a 4060. So major it was I had issues. So if you're not a computer person, it can be daunting, but they've made things to the point where not only can you build a computer, but it's meant to look like a piece of art now.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not as bad as it used to be back in the day when you
I
first.
mean, this thing I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all already know which version, what kind of one I'm gonna build.
I have 8 fans on this computer.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I have 8 fans on the computer. But yeah, it is like, I mean, I walk into this room and I'm like, yeah, I built it.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying pre-built computers and then changing some of the parts yourself. Some people even do case transplants, where basically you're taking everything out of the computer and putting into a new case.
Yeah, gutting them and stuff. Yeah.
And that's the fun thing about PC building. You can change the parts. The parts are meant to be interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
There are some limitations, but for the most part, it's like, it's a fun thing. It's a tech puzzle. I love it.
I like that tech puzzle. Yep, I want
no, it is. It's a tech puzzle. Well, I want it to look like this. A, B. Aaron, I went from windows to walls to the wall. No, we're not going there. No, you don't, Aaron. I changed the parts when I can't play WoW on Ultra anymore. I can't say I tried to play WoW once upon a time. World of Warcraft. I couldn't get into it. Hour later, I just I uninstalled it. I was like, nah, I can't. My brother wanted me to get into it. My little brother, and I'm like, nah, I can't. Just can't. I like you just little spec. I grew up playing like Nintendo, the original 8-bit Nintendo games. I mean, like that to me, that's gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So just to be like a little speck or a little small character on a large map, I'm like, nah, I don't know. Maybe it's my attention span, but so art is your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are there anything else you want to share with us? Do you have any hidden hobbies or anything special?
No, I'm a creator in all the sense of the word. I make music, I craft, I make jewelry, I I game. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I do. I'm a jack of all trades. I do whatever I want.
Jack of all trades, but we're not finishing how the phrase traditionally goes. Okay, good.
Yes.
That trust me, that is me. I mean, jack of all trades, man. I mean,
I'm just enjoying life right now, and
life.
I'm at
See,
a point where I have a lot more time, and I'm getting back to being me. So I'm getting back to drawing more traditionally more too, because it used to be just digital art, and I never had time to do traditional. So now I'm starting to do traditional pieces. I don't know if any of y'all saw my painting of jellyfishes that I've done with 3D jellyfishes coming out for the Wham Festival. I had that in my head for years, and I finally just sat down and did it. So yeah, more things are coming from me personally, from me myself, and I'm going to be doing my conventions on my own as well. It's not just I'm gonna start with CHIISAICon and then go apply for other places.
Now, Jen needs you to be corrected.
I'm a very good sissy. Yes.
And Aaron says you guys need to go give her some ramen.
Y'all, Aaron and Jen didn't stop playing with me because they keep telling me this. and then never make appointments with me to go with me. So y'all got a
You
pony
hear
up
that?
with me to Mincoy. We got to go back to Mincoy. Y'all haven't
And
been to Mincoy
and
with me
by the
yet.
way, I gotta say, I feel a bit honored. Jen is spending her birthday hanging out in the chat with us.
Yeah.
Aaron, I hope you fed her really well today. I hope you got her all her snacks because we know an angry Jen, a hangry Jen, a hungry angry Jen is not a good thing. And Starbucks, she says.
And boba. Yeah, and boba.
See, I'm so out of it. I know boba is a type of tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never had it.
I'm a boba connoisseur.
I'm not a Starbucks person either.
Well, no, I can't say I'm boba connoisseur. I'm a boba bougie because it's got to be. I know the certain places, and if it looks like you don't know what you do, I'm not going to drink there.
She got steak, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese.
Wow.
No cornbread? Because I mean, if you're gonna have like mashed potatoes, you gotta have cornbread with it. Cornbread and mac and cheese. That's kind of like that's just me being weirdo.
No, you gotta have it. Maybe that's the thing.
Hey,
it is her birthday.
yes, it is. Now, I will say this: if you guys ever come up to Buffalo, you will see Starbucks, but there is something you will see much more of, and that is Tim Hortons. It is a Canadian coffee chain.
Okay.
They do breakfast sandwiches, they do donuts, they do bagels, they do all different kinds of stuff. But you will see one on every corner.
Oh, okay.
That's like you can't throw a bottle at a crackhead and not see a Tim Hortons. I mean, it's just a thing. It is a thing up here.
I will keep that in mind. I'm really
I can
over there.
See, David's life says Tim Hortons, yay. But yeah, I mean, well, I grew up in what's known as the east side of Buffalo, which is kind of the hood area. So that's where a lot of my humor comes from. Like clearly you see a crackhead on the corners.
Yeah.
I saw a crackhead trying to wash somebody's car in the rain. I'm not kidding you.
They want they tip.
That's a thing.
And it was, well, they were proactive because I mean it was already raining. That way they don't have to wet it or so they
had a towel. They're trying to dry off the car in the rain.
Oh. Okay. See, I was trying to make it them.
Yeah, you're trying to be nice, but
yeah. You ain't had to out them like that.
Here's the thing. Mighty Taco is a taco fast food chain local to Buffalo here. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay, but honestly, you can't compare it to real Mexican food.
So it's like Taco Bell for like your Taco Bell.
It's Taco Bell without destroying your bathroom. Okay. It's taco, and they'll do ground chicken, like ground chicken burritos, and they some of their stuff is pretty decent. I would say okay, if you're gonna compare McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's, it's probably the Wendy's. It tastes like it's the closest to it without being real good food. I mean, it's enjoyable. I will get. They do a 3-cheese burrito. I'll get ground chicken, and what they used to do was they would also ground up the nacho chips and put it in there. So it's kind of had like a little crunch to it with sour cream.
Okay.
So I mean, they do some good stuff, and it's good in a pinch, but it's gotten smaller, just like everything else does over time.
Oh, okay.
But the price hasn't.
The price went up. It hasn't gone.
But they will actually ship freeze, like they'll put the stuff like in a freeze dry container and ship it all over the country and the world.
Okay.
So if you're from Western New York and that's a thing, and you kind of miss that, you can get that. So that's kind of cool. A big thing we have up here is called Weber's mustard. It's a horseradish flavored mustard. Don't think of like regular horseradish. It's like a tangy mustard.
Tangy. Okay.
It's great on sandwiches. It's great on roast beef. Yeah, it's that's something else. Like if you guys ever come up here, let me know and I will set you. I'll set you guys up.
Yep, I'm looking for. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Uh, Now Aaron knows. Aaron knows of Wegmans. Wegmans is primarily up here. That's like the big supermarket chain up here. I don't know if you guys have any in any near you. I know he's mentioned that he's seen that before. Tell her I'm not David. I'm not going to tell her about. He wants me to tell you about every single thing. Tell her about Viola Subs in Niagara Falls. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of places that deliver, but it won't taste as good as coming out right out of the oven and you take it
Yeah,
home. You know, if you're
that's
home
true.
several states away, I mean, it's like, hey, I'm gonna buy some McDonald's. Oh, it's gonna taste great tomorrow morning. No, it's not. But yeah, there's stuff you could do.
Okay.
Gotta help. Well, it's not gonna help the local businesses unless they actually want to try the food and come up here and then try it themselves.
Yeah, I'm coming. I really am gonna come. I am
So
planning a New York trip.
yeah, you're gonna start telling your husband about the chicken wings and oh, okay, yeah.
I've already talked to him. I already talked to him about the food up there, but I didn't know there was a full festival about hot wings. So yeah, we got to come up there for that.
I remember there used to be was it Quaker Steak in Lube? Like they did a thing where they had a special sauce for a short time where you would have to sign a waiver and the server just to kind of like prove how strong it is would take like a dirty penny and like a little dipping cup with the sauce,
Hmm.
put it halfway through, pull it back out, half of it was cleaned. Okay,
Okay.
I am not making that up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know if I want my colon clean like that, but
I'm trying to pull something up
but
here.
I'm sure my husband wouldn't mind trying. He's still trying to see what can melt his mouth off.
Melts in your mouth and not in your intestine. What?
Yeah, all of that. He's trying to destroy his whole whatever it can burn it off. Just burn it off. Me, I
Uh,
just flavor.
a friend of mine almost, I swear, him and another friend almost killed themselves in New York City. We were at this one mall and they had like one of those like hot sauce places,
Mm.
and you had to sign a waiver to do this little taste. They both did. They looked at me and they're like, are you getting out of this? I'm like, nope, I'm recording it.
They recorded it.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm just gonna record it, and I did. And they got to the point where water wasn't helping. They tried to get like some frozen yogurt to try.
No, no.
The one was like heaving. Like I seriously thought I was gonna have to call 911. That's how bad it was.
Oh,
So
oh,
there are some dangerous things to do out there.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Here we
Aaron
go.
used to do the crazy stuff, one
Oh, like
chip
the
challenge
one
and stuff.
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
And what was that other thing? What something you got from Russia? Something you was eating
Here
one
you go.
point? Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, okay.
Labor Day weekend.
Ooh, I got yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be trying to come up
You
there.
get one of those hats. There you go.
Yeah. You know what they say about people that like hot things now, right?
No.
We're sadistic people because we don't have our
Hey,
tongues can't
I
taste
already know I'm going to hell.
the
I got
hot.
the bus ticket.
Our tongues can't taste the heat. So we're sitting here just got pain receptors. So that's
So
what we're
you can look up the restaurants that are going to be participating here.
okay.
So this is literally it's just buffalowing.com. It's that simple. Buffalowing.com.
Buffalo wing. Okay, gotcha.
You got Archie's Tavern, the original Anchor Bar. Honestly, Anchor Bar is overrated. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay.
The Blind Rhino. These are real businesses. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah,
That's the
I
McDonald's of Wild Wings. That's all that
yeah,
is.
yeah. I don't want that.
See, Carolina Ale House. See, Double Dubs.
You got a lot of
Dirty Beef Low.
places.
Just Pizza. That's kind of like a franchise pizzeria place, but they have really good pizza. Millie's. I'm trying to see. I'm laughing at that one. Popeyes. Come on.
Really, Popeye?
Yeah.
Really, Popeye?
Oh, I am. I guess not everyone's in there because we got this one called Bar Bill. They have really good chicken wings, and Duff's restaurant, really good wings. Duff's has been around since the 40s, actually. So
Okay.
it's an institution here in Buffalo. Uh, what's that? Sir Strawman? Is that something?
Oh, that's what it's called. Oh, wow. Yeah. I did not like that. I liked your video, but I didn't like. Oh, it was horrible.
It's always great to see Aaron in pain. Come on.
Oh.
But it is 10:30. I'm going to let you go because I'm sure you need to relax. Speaking of Duff's, there you go. Duff Man's Diorama pops up.
Hey.
This guy's an artist. Duff Man's Diorama. He
Mhm.
makes well, literally, it's in his name. He makes dioramas
Okay.
for different scale figures by
Nice.
hand. I don't know if you can see this, but I have like a facade of the firehouse, Ghostbusters firehouse, right up there,
Mhm.
right there. He made
So,
that by hand.
okay, so I need him. I'm gonna go ahead and like you too and follow you, so you can make me a Sailor Moon diorama for my Sailor Moon.
Duff, you can follow him on Instagram. Just type in Duffman's Diorama or Duffman Dioramas. You'll see some of his amazing work that he's done. I mean, like
Okay.
you see his thumbnail is a bunch of
Mhm.
gremlin NEKO gremlin figures. He made
Mhm.
theater seats. So he has like a little mini theater of them. He has the bar where you see like the Flash or Gremlin, and he has everything. He
Okay.
makes everything by hand, and it's insane what he does.
Nice. Nice.
And there you go. Rolando just threw the link in the chat right there. Rolando is our multiversal moderator.
All right.
And when I say multiversal, literally, if you go on to a random YouTube stream, he's in there.
He's in there. All right.
He's in there sharing links. It's like the Matrix. You know, got the wall of TVs and everything, and he's wired into all of them.
All right.
That's Rolando. He is everywhere. But let's go ahead. We're going to wrap this up. Again, guys, go ahead and follow Tracy, follow Magical Nico Notes. The links are in the video description below. Please follow, like, subscribe, support her. And also, if you're going to be in Walterboro, South Carolina, CHIISAICon is the place to go. So, guys, please go ahead and do that. I want to thank Tracy for coming on and during some of our crazy questions and our antics and talking about pizza. And, you know, hopefully we'll convert her and she'll develop a hatred for ranch. We're hoping.
Ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Enough, man. You're perfectly fine. You can, there's always the hashtag replay squad, you and a few other people. But I want to thank everyone for coming through. We had a lot of people come through. Katrina Bonebreak. I love that name. That is a badass name.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone. I mean, literally, we had Duff, we had Jen, we had David's life come through, we had Motu Joneser, we had Dre The Collector Safe Space, Kaylee, one of your fans, Kaylee came through.
My baby.
I mean, we just had so many people in here. I mean, Blue Sasquatch, everyone, Captain Spaulding, Maven of Madness. We had everybody come through, and Nerd Affiliated. Hey, Archer, I can't forget him. Just everyone. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few people. I want to thank everyone for coming out, guys. I am believing that next week there will be no Tuesday night talks because I'm going to be beginning a brand new project.
Ooh.
And we'll see if I succeed or if I horribly fail at it. That is going to be. I'm going to be making a big alteration to the dimension here. Usually, you guys have known me for using my trademark. I shouldn't say trademark, more like Target's trademark. The $35, $40 five shelf bookcases. These cubes are going to be removed. We're going to be shuffling some of the cases over, and I'm going to be doing what's known as the garage shelving hack. We're going to attempt to turn some garage shelving into a display case.
Okay. Are you
So
live doing a video about it?
videos,
Videos.
because it's gonna be a multi-part, because it involves taking the shelving,
Hmm.
taking the shelf out. And some people some people have used vinyl, like faux leather around
Hmm.
it, and some people have taken a microfiber bed sheet, cut it up, and staple it onto the bottom of it. Gives a nice black solid look, or whatever color you want to go with, green, you want to go with red, whatever colors you want to go with, and you put that back in. But then you're also cutting the corner of that shelf, because you're also going to put some uh, lights on each shelf to create
Okay.
that. And then they use acrylic on the sides and on the front with magnetic tape to kind of seal it up, to give it
Okay.
that look. So it's going to be a step by step process. Like, first, me getting the shelving in, putting everything together. That's going to be video one. Video two is going to be me actually attempting to do that on the shelves.
Okay.
Some people have done it with a file, or with like a little cutting knife, or what works really well with some people have done it with a jigsaw. I have a jigsaw, so that's going to be a simple little. It's like maybe a quarter of an inch is what you're kind of cutting through, because you have to be able to run a wire through it, to
Okay.
that little corner,
Well, I'm looking
because you're
forward to
using
it.
like a black electrical tape, because these frames, these shelving, they're already black bars, so the black is going to kind of blend together. But
Hmm.
then you can also get vinyl tape to kind of go down the corner, so you don't see the little holes, the little grating of it. So it's like a step by step process. There's a few people who've done the video. They make it look easy, of course.
Hmm.
But two, I used to have a couple Hot Toys. I sold them because I had medical issues, had some bills, had some stuff I needed to do.
I feel
I
that.
picked up a Hot Toy about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago. I have three more coming in. I have a 1/6 scale Green Ranger. I have a couple large Legos that I have, such as the Back to the Future DeLorean, the Ecto One from Ghostbusters Afterlife, and
Okay.
I have uh, Optimus Prime.
Oh.
You can kind of see it over my shoulder right there. That's the Lego Optimus Prime standing that tall. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do stuff with the shelving where we're gonna have it where I can put Hot Toys in there, but also it's gonna create a larger space and more lighting for the regular figures. Most of
Okay.
these shelves usually are just like 11 inches deep. These are going to be 18 inches deep. So I'm going to have more space. But also with that larger space, I can get there's a site called Toy Hacks.
Hmm.
They print these large stage backgrounds, and I can do that. I can, like, they have GI Joe, they have Transformer backgrounds, they have like a street background, so it can look like something for either DC or Marvel.
Okay.
So I can actually play around with that stuff and maybe shift more figures, because I don't know if you can tell, a lot of my shelves are kind of packed as it is.
Yeah.
And that's going to allow me to, one, kind of spread them out, maybe create more of an action scene. And also I'm going to look at possibly making some diorama pieces. Maybe I'll try and make a diorama piece of my own. I've never done that before. I know there's plenty of instructional videos out there, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's probably going to be my big project. So I won't be doing a Tuesday night live stream, but I'll probably be back the week after. So I will be back. Who knows who my guest is going to be? Duffman says sinus infection. He's had a fever for about 4 days, so not so much. Today has been nausea. Ooh. Well, I
Uh,
hope you feel better, Duffman. Duff
yeah.
has had a history of some health issues, so I'm hoping you feel much better, brother.
Yeah. I feel
But
better.
he makes amazing art just by hand. I mean, his imagination just pulls stuff out of the air. Like, we did a fundraiser not this past year, the year before. He made a diorama, and the proceeds went to Toys for Tots. This diorama was beyond, just as a toy collector, I
Mm.
wish I was not helping to run the fundraiser, because I would have put money into it to enter the
To the,
giveaway.
to
That's
the-
how good it was. Like, there was
okay.
a little lamp light. Like, if you go out of a building, there's like a light right above the door. he
Mm.
had something like that. Everything was held by magnets. He made a dumpster, like a green dumpster with the hinges and stuff. He
Uh-huh.
made trash. He had like he made little pallets like using popsicle sticks. He
Really?
did
No.
all
Okay.
this stuff. Like it was so insanely real.
Nice.
So,
I'm gonna
but
check his Instagram out.
yeah, he does some amazing work. But again, I want to thank you for talking with us. Usually I say, hey, yeah, let's do an hour, and it goes 2 hours. Well, it went almost 3 hours, so 2 hours and 41 minutes. Again, everyone, please go ahead and check out Tracy. I'm going to see you obviously in Aaron's streams. I have we're now on Instagram, so if you ever want to come back on, talk about anything, the dimension is always open. Tuesday nights is always an open live stream for anyone. You know, people can always come back in. You don't just have to be like one and done. So
Well, when I get my music straight, I'll be back.
there you go. Grammy Award winner, platinum artist, 2 times platinum. There you go.
Okay.
2 times. But everyone, I want to thank everyone for coming on. You guys know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Keep on busting. And I'm always going to catch you guys on the flip side. Take care.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town.